It's amazing to me sometimes the stupidity level that we can rise to. We can aspire to be at a certain level, and then every day we raise the bar higher. Good morning, Bartholomew.
You're surprised? I'm never surprised.
I shouldn't be.
I don't think we've reached our ceiling yet.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
Well, you're about to find out. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. Bart is with us, and he goes down to Baltimore every year and does an annual food drive. And you're doing down there. First of all, what are you doing down there? You have been so heavily involved in this for so many years.
Well, it's the Helping Up mission, and what the initiative for Helping Up mission is, Baltimore used to be the heroin capital of the world. So it's a place that houses about 500 men. They serve 500 men, and they're actually 250 live on property. They give them job training, give them help with substance abuse, help them to try to, to be able to recover from that and get reassimilated back into society. And of late, the last 2 years, they bought another property on the side for women of domestic violence and substance abuse and house them and some of their children. So today we'll have some of the old throwback Ravens that come around. Every once in a while, a young guy come around. C.J. Mosley used to be there repeatedly. I still do it with Ray Rice, who, when I went to the Jets and I couldn't come because, of course, I was a player, he represented me and the charity, and him and his wife still moved back down here from New Rochelle. Mm-hmm. So I'll see old Ray Rizzle again, and we'll continue to try and spread love and try and support these individuals. And this is the 20th year, and I know it's the 20th year because my son is 20. And the first year that we did it, it was only a small church.
Wow.
And now they own the entire block. That's how much the charity. You can always tell when charities are effective and things are happening by how they grow and how they get support when people realize just the good work that they're doing. Oddly enough, what people don't realize is so many people are prisoners of abuse that we have no idea. When I did my thesis on one of my classes I was doing, I went to one of the methadone clinics that's here in town, and you would be surprised how many lawyers, how many doctors, how many professional people are addicted to heroin. And now, the heroin of the day now is fentanyl. And we know that can be a deadly, costly mistake, as we've lost so many celebrities of late. Rather, people remember here Omar, right, from The Wire, who I used to see around here all the time when they were shooting a show at The Wire. He passed because of fentanyl. And fentanyl is just a new heroin. And I'm happy that I can be a part of this and some of the success stories of guys. I can remember one time when I was in New Jersey, and I was walking around my kids, and I talk to everybody in construction sites. I'm always Bob the builder, changing handles on you changing handles on your cabinets and modernizing. Oh, she wants Schwarzy Crisco handles, so let me go get 50 handles so my wife can think I don't work hard enough, right? So I'm sitting in here in Mo's distribution, and I'm walking around, and this guy's following me, but he's not saying anything. I'm fine with people looking at me, but I'm used to them engaging, and I'm with my kids, and so I walk around and I walk out. Finally, when I leave and say goodbye to everybody that I'm friends with, and the guy follows me out. So at this point, I go into daddy protection mode. So I tell my kids to get in the car, and I turn around and say, hey man, can I help you? And he said, I just really didn't want to approach you inside the store because they only know me as a owner of a construction business. But I'm one of the graduates from your program, and I want to thank you on behalf of my kids and my wife because you saved my life, and I'm a better man today, and I'm a business owner. And I just didn't want them to know that I'm a former addict.
Wow.
So that's the impact, and that's why for 20 years it's not always been convenient. But when you're given so much is required, and I feel it's an obligation and a duty for me to be down here to continue to serve the people of Baltimore or just the people in general of this program, because I know that the work really happens. It really works.
That's fantastic. I did not know that story, and that's just absolutely amazing. And the fact that you continue to do this is such a credit to you. But, man, that's really touching, and that's going to make me feel awfully stupid with what I'm about to talk about.
It's no way. Just rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the damn Band-Aid off.
Did you see Skattebo last night?
Oh, that was real?
That was real. So here's what happened for those who don't know, okay?
Wow.
Now, Bart, I want to preface this. We are uniquely qualified today to have Bart here because he's not only the professional athlete, but he is also the semi-professional wrestler. So here's what I have to let you in on. If you are unaware of what happened last night, Monday Night Raw was at Madison's night, and now, but certainly there was a time, but I still semi-follow what's going on. So last night, and I did not see this live, I saw it this morning, at the Garden, Dominic Mysterio and a couple of his cohorts.
Rey Mysterio's son, right?
Right. And a couple of his guys and his crew, and again, I don't know these guys all specifically, are ringside, and so is Andrew Schultz, the comedian.
I saw him, and that's where my knowledge stops. I saw Andrew Schultz, and I saw something on Instagram, and I saw Scat, but I didn't see nothing.
Okay, so it was Andrew Schultz, Skattebo,
wow,
and Abdul Carter, and
you can't make this group any better.
And Roy Robertson Harris. Okay, now normally I want to be very clear on one thing. Whatever you want to do on your night off and you want to go out and have fun, great. Go do it, and I have no problem with it. Skattebo the other night, UFC event, he was at the Garden. Like, he's been everywhere.
He's being a celebrity.
Yes.
He's trying to be a celebrity.
He's a kid, and I don't begrudge him that.
Very dangerous in this town because
it is, especially when you haven't done very much yet.
Correct the mundo.
So last night, Bart, as he is ringside, they start a bit, and they start jawing at each other.
Who's the heel? You got to tell me who the heel is.
It's Mysterio, I think.
Okay. He's the heel.
Mysterio shoves Andrew Schultz, okay? Then somebody else gets up in the face of Skattebo, who then shoves that guy. Now keep in mind that Skattebo and Schultz and the Giant contingent are all behind that barrier, sitting in the front row, okay? And so from then, a whole scrum just takes off. Now, it's obviously fake. It's obviously a bit.
But it's physical, correct?
It's physical.
Can I ask you a question, Carlin?
You can, please.
Is Skattebo playing football currently?
He's not.
Why isn't he playing football right now?
Because, Bart, he is recovering from dislocated ankle surgery. He was wearing the boot last night at the Garden. So Skattebo gets involved as he shoves somebody, then somebody shoves him back, and then there's just the melee, right? It's a fake melee, but it's melee, and you really can't control what's going on with a barrier in between you and with chairs behind you.
Play wrestling. Whether you're play wrestling or wrestling, it's still a physical act.
Because nobody's ever gotten hurt play wrestling before.
Yeah.
John Winthrop's kid yesterday hurt his elbow play wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
So
my cousin has a chipped tooth because he thought the $1 Million Dream was fake.
Bart, I'm laughing, but I'm not. And I saw this morning, not even a Giant fan.
Yeah.
I could not have been angrier at the just remarkable stupidity shown by Skattebo. So then at the end of it, here's the best part. They go through all of that, right? They're shoving around all that crap. That ends. Abdul Carter, who yesterday, as we know, had the little issue where he slept through a walkthrough last week.
Allegedly.
And he's been repeatedly late for meetings this season with no consequence, has a Giants championship belt. And he turns around and holds it up to Madison Square Garden.
Did they boo him?
Dead silence. You're 2-9! This dumbass running back, who is just a battering ram in every way, and 5'0" compared to all these other guys who are involved, I might add, is there getting shoved around as he is coming back from surgery. He was one of the lone bright spots of this team, and he thinks it's a good idea to get involved like that. Please lay this out for me and tell me I'm just being the old man because I am not saying get off my front lawn. I'm saying don't be a dumbass.
Listen.
I want a new segment. Don't be a dumbass.
Oh, we should get a drop for that one. Oh, we have a drop for that. It's the Fred Sanford drop. I forgot. It was made specifically for moments like this. Now, Jalen Carter, if he wants to do that, so be it.
Abdul Carter. Yeah,
Abdul Carter. Yeah. I don't advise it, but it's not good when reports just came out yesterday. It just broke.
Right. Bad timing.
Where's
Read the room.
Because usually you tell the PR people it's some manager that told the WWE that, hey, guess what? We have some Giants coming here. You can heckle them. They got premium seats. You know how like you go to what's the guy that used to smash the watermelons?
Gallagher.
Yeah. Gallagher would tell you that, hey, you're in the seats that's going to get splashed by watermelon. So you had to make the decision if you wanted to partake. So when you got those seats, they told you, hey, this wrestler, Mysterio, they going through the whole bit. He didn't think he should cross-reference it with the PR guy, with the head like.
You don't want to call Pat Hanlon with the Giants?
Yeah, you don't want to call Pat and say, hey, Pat, I'm thinking about doing this. What's your opinion?
Nope.
Nah, see, this is what happened when young people are left by themselves to think. Because if Skattebo would have got injured again or re-injured that, they could void his contract.
Yes.
Like if he would have got pushed or if he would have got pushed in the melee and stepped on somebody's ankle and rolled his ankle again, even in the boot, and re-hurt it, had to have surgery, they could void his contract. And those are the decisions. And the belt, the cherry on top is you think in New York with Giant fans in the building, you're going to hold – you haven't won a playoff game. You won one playoff game but haven't been in playoffs, haven't been over 500. You just fired your head coach, and you're going to hold up a championship belt like you thought that people were going to be proud?
It was dead silence. There was barely a noise made as he's holding up a belt they just had won the championship.
They probably screamed like, boo this man. There wasn't cheer. The noise you heard was them saying, this guy has to be crazy. Even Jet fans are like, we ain't that stupid.
Can we just have a moment for a running back who has played, 8 games, 6 games, whatever it is, in his career?
Yeah. And Tracy's eating right now, by the way. He ran for over 100.
Yeah.
You might want to
played
start
really well the other day.
Yeah, you might want to start rehabbing a little better because, whoever had you in there, like maybe Dayball was the guy that loved you.
You are someone who I think, and I'm sure that he has heard it, has been talked about all year as, he's amazing, he's great, he's awesome. But you know what? In 3 years, probably not going to look like this because you're taking as many beatings as you are on the field. And I the fact that you're as arrogant as you are to think that you're indestructible, that's just the curse of being young, right?
This just confirms to me. I believe that Skattebo is a distant cousin or relative of Gronk.
He might be.
Only Gronk would do it. Remember Gronk
even Gronk would look at him like, really, bro? Really? You want to do this? You think this is a good idea?
Yeah. Remember Gronk he missed the Super Bowl because he had a broke arm or something, but then he was at Wes Walker's wedding DDTing people and ripping off their sleeves off their shit. This how done so Mike Smith, who I saw on the Patriots sideline as a coach, which oddly enough, whatever, he's a teammate of mine in Baltimore. And he was a coach. He coached me as a linebacker coach. Oddly enough, I was being coached by the dude who was my backup when I was in the Jets my last year. He said that Gronk was walking around the wedding, and this is how strong and like Neanderthal he is. He's grabbing people's tuxedo sleeves and ripping the sleeves off their suit. You know how strong you got to be to grab somebody's bicep and grab their fabric and rip the entire sleeves off? So everybody's walking around with sleeveless tuxedos. But that's what Skattebo – that's the type of company that we have to put Skattebo in.
Except he's a lot smaller than Gronk.
Yeah, he's the Danny DeVito.
He's the Jack Danny DeVito, where he's wearing the Rangers jersey and the big silver and diamond necklace around his neck. He's straight out of Staten Island. Straight out of Staten Island. He could not have fit more. And then he's going to start in with this crap.
Oh man! And Jalen Carter, like he shouldn't be showing his face right now. Like he should be trying to. This what I'm excited to see. Now what you've done is created a narrative that Kafka is going to have to address when he addressed the media.
Yes.
And he's going, and because of what Abdul said about the lies and stuff.
Yeah, firing back at Dan Duggan, the reporter, and saying, when they're hating you, they make up lies.
Yes.
Yeah.
When the hating stop, the lie, whatever. So now you have a rookie coach that's going to have to answer 2 questions or multiple questions about a guy that's supposedly sleeping in meetings and a guy that can't even help him win on Sundays.
Well, Bart, this is my bigger problem here, okay? Listen. First of all, you want to tell me it's generational? Again, this is not go out and do whatever you want on your off night. Yeah. Bart used to set up off nights for his teammates. It was Bart's fun night, right? Wasn't it Monday night?
It's Monday nights at Bart's.
Monday nights at Bart's. But if you want to go out, enjoy the town, have an amazing dinner, go sit in the front row at the WWE event, be a celebrity, hey, man, go nuts. That's totally fine, even though you have done jack squat so far. If we're being truthful, 0 in your career.
You're 2-9, brother.
And the other one, who's got a half a sack, wanted LT's number, and he's holding up a championship belt like he just won the whole thing.
No, he was willing to settle for Phil Simms.
Oh, it was good for him. But all of that aside, it also speaks to me more about what's going on in that building. Yeah. Like you can tell me
you
that
might
I
have
am
to,
overreacting.
You might have to go get Bill. You're right. They might have to get Bill.
You can tell me that I am overreacting. You can say anything you want. Here's what I know. Those guys thought it was a good idea. And when it comes to what's going on, it's a week after the head coach got fired. You're not playing. The other guy just slept through meetings. And we're going to go and do this and get involved in the front row as if people are just going to love it and there's not going to be a problem at all. Listen, Carter getting involved, you're healthy. Would I have loved it if he got hurt? Of course not. When you're already hurt. Like,
not hurt, surgery hurt.
Let me ask you this. What does a player say to that today? Does somebody, when they come back tomorrow after the day off, what do his teammates in a normal locker room say to somebody like that?
Oh, I can't wait for them to come in.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. I might have on record. You big dummy.
But I mean, there's a degree of seriousness in what you're saying, though, right?
Yeah, like, bro, that's bad for your brand. Unless you're trying to be branded as the dummy. You know what I mean?
Listen, it worked for Gronk wanted to be kind of that lunkhead.
Yeah,
and it's kind of worked for him, but he doesn't really want to be that.
Well, Gronk was a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
3 Super Bowls.
He might be the greatest tight end that's ever played.
Exactly. He's the best dual threat tight end in the history of the game. You can get away with that. You're 2-9.
You're hurt. You actually had a dislocated ankle. So this just says to me.
Oh, today's Wednesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. So tomorrow. So if people are going to call up and say this is no big deal and all that. I just want you to ask yourself this question. If something had happened, would you be calling up and saying it was okay? Like, I know it's ifs and buts for candy and nuts every day would be Christmas. No, this is just stupidity of actions. And sometimes, Bart, we always talk about that there are consequences for your actions.
Yeah.
Sometimes there aren't. And that's how people continue to make dumb mistakes because in some instances they can do dumb things and get away with it and not have something really go against them in the worst way.
Like they say, the same thing can make you laugh, make you cry.
Now, from the professional wrestling standpoint, as someone who has been in the Kurt Angle ankle lock.
Yes, in the offseason.
All right, please lay out for me how all of that went down and exactly the safety part of it or any of that. Yeah. Keeping in mind, you're not in a shoving match with a barrier in between you and chairs that are movable behind you.
Well, I'm not in a boot as well.
Right, and you're not coming off surgery.
So for me, it started off. I went in the ring with Hogan, and Hogan was going under. He was telling me about his 6 back surgeries and how he's 6'3" now, but when he had his surgery,
brother, 6'5". I'm still hurting. Oh my God, it's so much pain, man.
My ass hurts.
Yeah, that Undertaker, tombstone that my head never really hit the carpet, but I made it look like it did.
All those leg drops dropped my ass cheek, brother, about 2 to 3 centimeters to the left. You know what I'm saying? Hulkamania ran wild on me. But so we go in and he talks about this is what we're going to do. So we're walking like. We're going to start with the camera here. They're going to be in our face. You're going to come out of nowhere, Bart, and you're going to say what's up like you've been looking for Hogan, and, hey, you're going to have your lines, and he's just going to play off of you. Then I went with Ric Flair, and he said, okay, we're going to confront Kurt Angle in the back and tell him if he gets involved in this, to blah, blah, blah. Then Kurt told me, hey, man, listen, when I get you in the leg joint, you're going to feel pressure. Don't tap too quick because – guys tap too quick, it looks fake because they're saying he hadn't even squeezed it long enough for you to tap yet. You're going to feel pressure. I'm going to twist your foot. I'm going to get your leg up, and then I'm going to take you down, and then you tap out. And so that's how we proceeded. Then I had a big fight with beer money. We got a fight in the back, but they didn't, I didn't say I'm going to jump off the top rope or anything like that because that's, that can risk twist and rolling my ankle. I mean, I fell on the ground in a bouncy ring, and he twisted my foot, and I act like it was in excruciating pain. I tapped out.
Right.
It was no really physical. It wasn't physical at all. And I was a completely healthy, and I was living my dream. And it was in the off season that if I did hurt myself, I could get rehab. Being that as long as I didn't pop a tendon, I would be able to be fine before training camp happens. I think this was like in April or something like that, or not even April. It was like, something like April or February or something like that. But they also tell you that if you get hurt doing any of these things, your contract can be voided. That's why I never went skiing while I played.
Well, there's a whole list of things that you're not allowed to do.
Yep, you can't parasail, can't jump out of planes, can't skiing isn't covered, motorcycles isn't covered. That's why Ben could have got in trouble with the motorcycle accident.
I mean, the whole reason that A-Rod became a Yankee is because Aaron Boone tore his ACL playing basketball.
Playing hoops.
And they cut him.
You know what I can't believe? I can't believe Boone had the kahunas to tell him that, I would have came in there stiff as a board, high as a kite on painkillers, and I would have came and went into practice, and I would have slipped.
Oh!
I would have slipped right in the training room. Oh, my neck. Oh, my back. My neck and my back. I'd have been just like his elf from Friday.
Walking into the facility.
I would have tripped into the facility. It happened on property. I wonder if those young guys recognize and notice when they look to their left and they look to their right, it was none of their veteran teammates there with them.
This is an excellent. The one guy who was there was Roy Robertson Harris. Are we going to talk? Exactly. Exactly.
The
guy who was standing behind Skattebo and twice his size wearing a Yankee jersey.
Hey, he needed their permission just to come. It's like, he was there +1. They're like, you on the team? Like, yeah, man.
If I had a nickel for every guy that looked like Skattebo that started a fight at DJ's down the Jersey Shore, oh my God. You could not look more like that. I mean, he easily could have been on Jersey Shore, just the show.
Yeah,
he could have been dating Snooki at one point.
He's the new
way he looked.
He's the ituation.
Well, what I saw last night was a level of I shouldn't be surprised.
Unawareness.
Just a remarkable level of unawareness, and I don't know why I get surprised by this. I don't know why. It had serious dumbass vibes. And, how can we be this dumb? The only thing dumber would have been if you actually got into the ring. But even in this case, you can't control what happens in that thing. Watch the video of it. It's absurd what happened.
And the heel is going to push you. And the heel is going to make it – they got to make it look good. You know what I'm saying?
Please, I want people to tell me I'm wrong. And please tell me why, because I promise you, I'm a wrestling fan. I will sit there and scroll on TikTok, and my algorithm includes wrestling, and it annoys the hell out of my wife. I can tell she doesn't say anything, but I know it does. But I'll be watching old matches on there. I'll be watching matches from a couple of years ago, and oh my God, it's the final intro of John Cena on Monday Night Raw, and I'll sit there and actually watch that, and I'll be into it. But then I got to watch that dumbass do this.
And the crazy thing,
I don't like calling him a dumbass, but that's dumbass behavior.
I just think it's in the air because, the night before you had UFC and you had the big fight in the stands with the two fighters, the Dilling dude that
Skattebo was there. He wasn't in the fight. Skattebo was at the UFC thing.
You sure he wasn't at the fight?
Well, right now I'm not.
Hey man, this dude spent more time at Madison Square Garden than he's down in the facility in the last 48 hours.
Oh my God.
And then I wonder, because this is the thing, guys.
Dennis Rodman looks at this and says, "Really, bro?" And he left the Bulls in the middle of the season to go do it.
The crazy thing, and he got paid a lot of money. He got paid a lot more money than he got fined. I'm sure Skattebo was for free $99.
Remember, he told the Bulls they got to take a vacation, and he went and did that, and he shows up on Nitro.
Yeah, he got fined $20,000, but he made $150.
Yeah,
not so dumb.
But even he looks at this and says, maybe think a little bit more about that next time you do it.
This is the crazy part. Right now, Skattebo has rehab. So he's in the building today, and they looking like they're probably listening to everything, and they talking. They're like, man, yeah, you trending right now, brother.
How about Joe Shane? Is he going to get down and talk to him? Like, who talks to him today? You fired the coach last week.
Yeah, you
I'm sure the head coach will have a word. I'm sure Kafka will have a word or two with him.
Yeah.
But who talks to him today?
Because this is the thing. This is the thing. When you know you messed up, it's like when you wait for the school to call you. You know what I'm saying?
But here's what I really want to know, Bart. Does he know he messed up? Will he know that he messed up?
Well, I think he's going to know when he walks in, and the first thing the people in the training room says, like, hey, Shane said, come holler at him.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened. Because listen, nobody's in the building today because this is their off day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, "Hey man, tell Shane said come holler at him. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? It was totally." Now you got it because now the coach got to spend time addressing his dumbness.
Yeah. They will have to talk about it tomorrow. Yep. And the last thing, like that's the grand thing, Bart. It's the overall lack of awareness of the team in general. Like, they actually played an okay game the other day and had a chance to win it. And then you follow up with Abdul Carter getting benched for the first series, and just for the first series. Not like they, he was really slapped on the hand at all. But for repeatedly being late for meetings that he never got punished for and then sleeping through a walkthrough, allegedly. And now this. And let's show up and hold up the Giants. See, just the image part, I'm going to tweet out the video, and I'll send it to you in a minute. But just the image of Carter holding up the Giants championship belt to the Garden at 2-9.
See, the champ of what? The toilet bowl? But here's why I love like the internet. Somebody's going to take that, and somebody's going to remix that and put stuff over it. And it's going to be hilarious.
Bart Carlin, we're just getting started. Please, holler. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell us we're wrong. 800-919-3776. 800-919-ESPN. Plenty to get to with the Jets today as well, with the benching of Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor. It's now going to play this week, but you have to start looking bigger picture as well. All of it is on the table. But this Skattebo crap and what is going on with the Giants, just more garbage for a garbage season on ESPN New York. Don't be a dumbass. I want a new segment. Don't be a dumbass.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Roaring engines this year. Hess race cars are here.
The Hess stock car racers are loaded with lights, sounds, and a powerful racing motor. Only at HessToyTruck.com. Free shipping and batteries included.
In New Jersey, delays on the New Jersey Turnpike northbound car lanes up toward exit 13A with a crash still being cleared from at least one lane. You got the Lincoln and Holland tunnels and George Washington Bridge all with a 15 to 20 minute backup. Delays on the Verrazano Bridge eastbound to Brooklyn upper level very slow with a crash being cleared away. Inbound Gowanus BQE combo then slow from around Bay Ridge all the way up toward the Brooklyn Bridge, and the Bell Parkway delays both ways by the Verrazano out toward Bay 8th Street with construction work. We've got delays eastbound on the Belt with a crash on the ramp at the Southern State Parkway and delays northbound side up by the Bayside Marina. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
At the 5-yard line, handoff Brees Hall, finds a crease, runs left, he's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown. Jets fans, clear the runway and be at MetLife Stadium for Week 13 as your New York Jets take on the Atlanta Falcons. Sunday, November 30th at 1 p.m., presented by New Jersey Lottery. Join us as we celebrate First Responders Day. Don't miss your chance to be at the game. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. I'm really blown away that this happened and that some people are annoyed by it. But can you just imagine for a moment, what exactly would be happening today if the dude actually re-injured himself? If he actually got shoved back and that happened. Like, you can sit here and say, well, nothing happened, it's no big deal. I'll tell you what, you would be so angry if it meant that it was going to have to go back and do anything in a surgery or hurt something else. We have all hurt ourselves doing less than that. We have all done that. And screaming and yelling about it this morning, people are upset with me for it. Honestly. This is not about doing whatever you want to do with your night off. If I was Cam Skattebo, I'd want to be out there having fun too. I might think a little bit better of it considering, I haven't done jack yet. if we're really being truthful. Nothing. But, okay, you got a chance to be a bit of a celebrity? Hey, you strike while the iron's hot. You get out there, you have fun, you show up on camera. That's great. You sit front row at the Knick game. You sit front row at the UFC. You sit front row at WWE. Do whatever you want. But to get involved in a bit with a bad ankle? What are you doing? What are you doing? And Abdul Carter holds up a belt at 2-9. Wow. Dude wanted to wear number 56. What a flat-out embarrassment across the board. I mean, I still can't get over it.
I'm coming in so you can see my face.
I don't see your face yet.
Able to get the internet so I can connect. This is like breaking the Da Vinci Code out here in Baltimore.
Let's get into some of the calls because they're coming in on this, and some think that this is, we're making too much of this, including Jay, who is up first, listening on ESPN New York, the app. What's up, Jay?
What's up? So first, I would say it's the most fun I've seen watching a Giant player this year.
Make any kind of contact? I can understand that.
Yeah. I don't think you're all the way wrong. I won't go dumbass. I'll go frat boy, and I'm not surprised that a guy. I
can pretty much put the two in the same sentence, and I'll be comfortable with that.
Yeah.
So if he was frat boy, would this be Revenge of the Nerds, and he would be ogre?
Yeah, he's of that ilk. What I will say is just 2 quick points. One, I think it's a fail of management not stipulating to these guys what they can and can't do granular when they get injured that way. And 2, just more so knowing wrestling and Bart's story kind of attests to it. It's highly choreographed, and I think they take into account that the man is compromised physically.
Watch that. Watch it again, man. I understand it's highly choreographed, but that was not in the ring choreographed. That was, we've got a barrier between us. We've got all these movable chairs behind you and a bunch of guys between the wrestlers and the football players who are big dudes all around one guy that ain't that big.
No, you're not all the way wrong. What I will say is you got to protect guys from themselves sometime, and I think management should do more of a better job speaking to these guys and putting things in their contract as to what they can and can't do. But I don't think you're all the way wrong.
Here's the thing, though, right? It's not that he couldn't do it. It's that because he's compromised. This is a nuanced situation, and I guarantee you, when they did this is what happens. A lot of guys have managers, and they have handlers that are responsible, especially now, for their fame, right? So,
right.
This is
the people that handle all the marketing stuff and the opportunities.
Correct. So somebody came to their marketing people, but this lets you know that your marketing people aren't great decision makers because they okayed him being involved in this, which isn't great for his brand. Unless you say that we're talking about Skattebo today and we wouldn't have been talking about him any other time because of what Porter did, or Tracy. Why I keep calling this dude Tracy Porter? I
don't know. It sticks in your head. His name's Tyrone Tracy Porter. It happens. We all have those kinds of
Tracy
things.
Porter is like, because I played against Tracy Porter.
Right. The corner from the Saints.
Yeah, but it's just bad decision making, right? And if you want to be a celebrity, it's easy to be a celebrity in this town, but the quickest way to become a celebrity in this town is by winning. And being able to you can be braggadocious, you can it's been a lot of guys that's did a lot of different ways, right? There's guys that have done it by being quiet, like Ryan Corbett, just kind of went around his work and being like the workman-like guy. And that's what people thought Skattebo was, even though he's a outwardly vocal person, you know what I mean? It was just bad taste. And listen, we're not saying that, oh, look what he did, how crazy is he? We're saying that it wasn't smart. We're saying that the belt wasn't smart. And we're saying that now, no matter what, his coach is going to have to answer for this. And that's a distraction. Because
for a guy that's not playing.
Exactly. And coaches absolutely hate this. And I guarantee you when he's on the table today, and maybe people or maybe he listens, or maybe they have like the shows or the radio shows playing over the airway. I don't know why any Jets or Giants would have anybody in New York playing, because it's not anything that's going to make them feel good about themselves. So, maybe
you never listened to any of it, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
but the coaches listen to everything. Oddly enough, Revis listened to everything.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
It was weird because when he
well,
went
you
at
know,
Mike
they're
Francesa,
the guys who have rabbit ears.
Yeah, he went at Mike Francesa hard. I'm like, bro, why do you even care, man?
Yeah.
But he's gonna get called into the principal's office, and I thought Jameis played excellent, and actually I think it's excitement around this Giants team, and how they looked and how they can play. But for a guy like Carter, it just looks bad for him because of the news that he got benched. So it's bad for him. It's bad for Skattebo and it's bad for Carter in two different ways.
I really wouldn't even it wouldn't have even bothered me if Carter was just there sitting with them and doing nothing if they were just watching it.
Well, no, the Carter thing, like one thing New York hates is corny.
Yeah.
And the fact that he had a belt or somebody made him a Giants championship belt.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody there gave it to him or something. Like somebody at WWE probably had it made and handed it to him.
And it's the thing. When you're new to being a celebrity, you'll do almost anything that people tell you to do because you're just so happy that you're being recognized. But when you're an established celebrity, you're like, I ain't doing that dumb stuff.
Come on.
I mean, you had Jalen Brunson and Bridges and, Jalen Brunson and who's the guy he got into it with the little light-skinned dude that everybody hates? Halliburton. You had that whole thing last year. You had that whole thing last year with Halliburton and Jalen.
I'd argue that was even safer. Wasn't that like in the ring?
No, it's the same exact scenario. He was in the ring and he came out to heckle Jalen Brunson. This is actually after they eliminated them. You know what I mean? So it was pretty funny that way. But New York hates corny. Like we made New York look corny by putting up in front of a national audience, putting up the championship thing. And you can only imagine people in other cities saying, what? Like, this dude's a dork. This dude is acting like he the Rock in the building, like he Jigga. And they 2-9. He got 1.5 sacks. Now, if Brian Burns would have put it up, no problem.
Yes.
Because he's the champ. He's damn near the sack champ.
Bart and Carlin, we're just getting started. The lines are loading up at 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. There is a lot to talk about with Justin Fields getting benched finally and how that all went down yesterday. It's all on the way on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app. And, of course, you can watch the show, as you should be, on YouTube.
Is college even worth it these days? At Empire State University, it actually is. They are SUNY's leading online university. Flexible, affordable, and built for real life. With more than 120 degree programs, you can study what matters most to you. And students agree. They're ranked #1 in student satisfaction among SUNY schools. Whether you are finishing what you started or starting fresh, your goals are within reach. See for yourself. Visit SUNYEmpire.edu before the next term begins.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this Black Friday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds. Starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get a full year of Netflix, an unlimited mobile line, a $400 prepaid card, and more. All on us.
It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
We need your help. We need money for research. It may not save my life. It may save someone you love.
Because of all the donations, mine is one of the lives that's been saved.
Donating would help get better treatment so more kids can survive. Our mom is cancer-free.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
To donate, go to v.org/donate. Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This whole idea that Joe Shane is just safe, and you have nothing to worry about is apparently not true. He's going to do the due diligence. All right, here's a folder on him and a folder on him and a folder on him. They will determine who they want based off of his information. He is hardly safe. Not that he won't be back, but it's not a slam dunk that he will be back.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York. Harry Douglas joining us at the top of the hour. 800-919-3776, 800-919-ESPN. Let's hit it. Get some more of these calls in on Skattebo and the incredible dumbassery of last night. Billy in the truck is up next. Billy, what's going on? How are you?
Yo, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
I think it's just a delusional look for both of them, especially Carter. Like it just looks like there's like a complete lack of control in the building, especially like what we heard yesterday, him missing meetings and all that. It just seems like the substitute teacher's in, and everyone's name is getting written on the board. But someone called a few weeks ago. I think it was the beginning of the season for basketball. Someone called the K show, and the guy was real upset that Aaron Judge was sitting front row for the basketball game. And in case, like, what if a piano drops on his head? Like, he can't live his life.
And if I remember, he was upset. People were upset because it was a couple of days after they got eliminated. Like, come on.
Right.
I get it. We're all broken up. Is he supposed to go into solitary confinement for 4 months until spring training? What are we supposed to do here?
He's supposed to, like Aaron Rodgers. He's supposed to go live in a cave.
Yeah,
But
he shouldn't be hiding after he's about to win his third MVP.
And did.
He definitely should be coming with the major league. Like, listen, I'm the only winner here. The rest of these guys are either born losers or losers by choice.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what it felt like with Abdul Carter last night.
I'm the only winner on the team. The rest of them are losers, either by choice or by birth.
That might be the greatest drop that we have.
It's so good. It's just so good, either by choice or by birth.
I hope he didn't. I wonder if he ad-libbed that. Or did he have a ghostwriter?
That's a great question. Considering he's an actor that hasn't done a whole lot since, my guess is it wasn't ad-libbed, but that's only me. Here are a couple of others. I want to get into some of the comments over on the YouTube page right now. Giants haven't been the same ever. Let's see here. Jersey Pride. Cam Scat is a blue-collar player on the field. He puts his heart on the field when he's playing. Yeah, and he just had his ankle dislocated, and he's out there getting shoved last night.
And I think it was pretty bad, too. It wasn't just like it's subluxation.
It was turned left. The ankle was turned. The foot was turned perpendicular to the leg.
Look like the greater than sign.
Yes, exactly.
But what I'm saying is, I think that it was ligament damage. I think it was pretty bad. I think it was ligament damage. Maybe he has pins and stuff in it, and that can be dangerous.
Johnny Blaze, everybody does some stupid things. Give the kid a pass. Hopefully he can become and do. He can learn and do good things from it. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we don't tell him, and if this doesn't hurt so bad, if we don't get on his ass, he'll repeat it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let it. You gotta teach him a big lesson by burying his ass. Like you want him to turn his mentions off today.
He shouldn't go anywhere near social media today. He shouldn't go anywhere near it. And you're right. I want to know exactly what that looks like when he walks in the building. And hey, Skip wants to see you.
Yo, I'm telling you, and this is how they usually do it. They usually do it because they have the assistant weightlifting coach there. And like, is he like the Turk? And he just, all of a sudden, you see him soon as you walk in, and he ain't usually here because what they do is they be like, hey, he usually gets here at this time. I want you to stand at the door. Don't let him go into there and start this treatment because I got meetings. I got to deal with all this crap. Send his ass right upstairs. Soon as you walk in, he's like, yo, hey, what's up, man? Like, yeah, Shane said come upstairs. Oh, damn.
Tessa can't be pleased about this. She's with us. Hello, Tessa.
Oh, this is
Hey,
2
guys,
days in a row,
thanks
Tessa.
so much.
2 days in a row, we're blessed with your presence.
Knock it off. You know I love y'all. You know it. Stop it. Knock it off. But I just want to make this, comment, and then I just wanted to say one other thing. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to go with Abdul first. Like, I feel like you're like cornball. This is cornball bum behavior. And I feel like the season so far, I'm not saying that's what you are. I think you'll be great. You've been playing like Sloth from the Goonies. You understand what I'm saying? Like, wake up and speed up. How dare you go that man with that belt up? How exactly? That's how he's playing. When he be missing schemes, when he be dropping in coverage and doing a bad job, he like, hey, you guys, my bad. No, stop it. Knock it off. You should have just sat there, waved to the camera, smiled, and kept it moving. I'm going to be honest with you. What's up with his dad? All y'all was on that ESPN thing saying how much you did this, you instilled that. What are you doing to help him out? What is everybody doing? That was so cornballish and bum. It's just bum behavior. I can't stand it. And I know Burns and Dex has probably talked to him 1,000 times. That's why, like, on that the Players Lounge with Victor Cruz, they said, what's the one word you can describe Abdul with? Burns said annoying. Know why? Probably because he keeps talking to this man. He keeps talking to this man, and he's acting like Sloth. And then with Cam Skattebo, I understand you want to stay relevant, but stop thirst trapping, bro. You should have been on the sideline just waving. You don't know what could have happened. I don't care how many times y'all rehearsed that. I don't care how many times they said,
there's no rehearsal.
Back to the left. You'll be okay.
There's no rehearsal.
I'm just saying, like, he had no business. And this is why the Giants fans, not me though, say we should tank. Because they're embarrassed. I am. They know that this is a freaking, poop show. But I want to say the other word, but I can't. And they want to get a better draft pick. I know. You get paid to do your job. Go do it. And I want to see a win because I'm tired of being disgusted. My stomach hurting. I might as well be an ambassador for Tums because I feel like I take Tums every day from acid reflux from this team. I'm sick of them. They better get them both in line. That's all I'm saying. Get them both in line because this is ridiculous. I'm sick of it.
Thanks, Tess. Look.
You got to get it out, man. Giants fans, get it out, man.
There are a lot of people, too, by the way, on the chat, chiming in on the corny thing and just saying how spot on you are about that. They just do not want to suffer that one at all.
Because they feel like you embarrassed the friend. Like, you're like, oh, man, we got a dork for it. Oh, my God, this dude is like – that's what – New York hate that more. They hate feeling like they, like, whack. You can be bad, but don't be a cornball, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
and when you're going to do all that stuff, at least be able to read the room a little bit as opposed to turn around and hold up a belt when you're 2-9.
We the champs. You the champs of who? Bum squad.
Oh, my God. I cannot get over that. It's amazing to me that we thought this was a good idea. Jason in Manhattan is next on ESPN New York. Jason, what's going on?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you?
The corniest thing about this, I'm good. The corniest thing about this whole thing, if you rewatch the show, they show the Philadelphia Eagles players with their championship rings right before they show the Giants
They were there,
players.
too? They were at the Garden?
I'm not sure which Philadelphia Eagles players were there, but if you rewatch the clip.
No. I'm talking about they were at the show from last night, you're saying.
Correct.
Oh.
They show the Eagles players. They hold up their 2 championship rings, which I believe they won last year, correct?
Yes, they did.
And then you go and hold up this championship belt like you did anything. Like, that's embarrassing beyond belief.
And they put up their championship rings in the Garden. And this is the thing that the Giants pretty don't know, that somebody set that up. That they wrote that into the script, like, hey, we gonna show them with their rings. Get him a little belt. Let's just make up a little weak ass championship belt that don't really mean nothing, and then let's have him put his championship, his Giants belt versus real rings because they actually won something.
They threw that together with Scotch tape yesterday afternoon.
It was the one we used to get from Christmas, the plastic one that folded that didn't even snap.
Yeah, I had to. Here's how embarrassed I am about that. I had the Intercontinental Championship one once, and it was too small.
So you had to put over
so
your
I had
shoulder.
to put like a bungee cord on the back so I could wear the belt.
like mama, this one too small. But that's the biggest one they make. All right, you didn't know how to say that, mama.
It was true though.
You could have said, "Hey, we just got a special order yours." They only had the medium.
A special order just for you, Roy and Patterson. They weren't selling it in the Husky department. Roy, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I don't know. I'm assuming that you guys had an opportunity to look at that game last night, and the LA Raiders fired Antonio Pierce after, 16, 20 games or what have you.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. They would put in a retread, Pete Carroll, and the LA Raiders look absolutely horrible.
Vegas.
What is you? They did. He got screwed.
Wherever they were, the Raiders stunk.
Yeah, the Raiders stunk, but Pierce had no quarterback and no offensive line, and he brought in Gino, and they're even worse. They're going to win less games than Antonio did.
Yeah.
My thoughts to you are: would Antonio be able to go ahead and work as the head coach for the Giants, knowing full well that the Giants have never had a full-time or hired black head coach? And
they never. His last comment was they never had a black head coach.
Tom. The man tried to cut him off. Before
No, that was me. That was my fat finger by accident. No, he was saying that they've never had a black head coach. Do you think that would hold them back?
But here's the problem with Pierce. He didn't have success.
You
understand what I'm saying? Like he was the interim coach, and then they gave him the job. He didn't have success, and this goes back to a conversation that the other caller had earlier this week when he talked about, when you talk about the lack of African American coaches, and most of them being defensive players, and that's the same issue that Flores is going to have as well.
Okay, here's the problem with it though. Okay, you could say that Pierce didn't have success. You could say that Gerard Mayo didn't have success. They didn't have a chance to have success.
Right.
Like, you didn't give them an opportunity to go have success. You had a rookie quarterback at one position. Like, how? I understand that Vrabel's a very good coach. I'm not. That's no problem. But my problem is that the opportunities have to be equal in terms of the chance they got.
Correct. Yeah, because Vrabel was able to spend a record amount of money, $150 million. It was like, they spent more money than anybody in the league, and Mayo wasn't afforded to be able to spend any of that money.
Bart, if they wanted to talk to Antonio Pierce, I would have no problem with that. If they wanted to hire Antonio Pierce and they got a good offensive staff in there, absolutely, I'd be okay with it.
You know what?
At least he's got the experience of having done it.
Yeah. You know what would have helped him if Aaron Glenn was better? Because you talk about blood in the ground.
Yeah.
You talk about a guy that won a championship with a team. I think it would have gave him a better chance. It all depends on – see, the organization's been so unsuccessful. But the one thing you can say is he has 1.5 years of experience, and his teams played for him.
Yeah.
And they were disciplined. They were tough. They just couldn't finish.
And the teams wanted to play for him. They were all lobbying for him. Max Crosby was the guy who said he wanted him.
Yeah, look at Bowers last year. What he did underneath Antonio Pierce. I would have no problems with it, but I just don't know if the Giants want to go in a direction like that. I think that he would have to bring in somebody big, and I don't even know if it's somebody out there that's big enough to be an offensive coordinator to sell. Like, hey, I got this defense. Don't even worry about it. This offense, look, it's going here. Right, I just that's when you never know like who people coach's tree was. I don't remember who his coordinator was last year, but I'm probably guessing that coordinator didn't get a coordinator job. He's probably at best a wide receivers coach, or maybe he's a. First of all,
I'll go back and look during the break.
Yeah, but first of all, Chip Kelly, offense coordinator.
Yeah,
who would do that?
Can we? I want to talk about that at some point. Let's just try to get past the idea that you have no wide receivers. You signed Tyler Lockett off the scrap heap.
Yes.
And you drafted Ashton Genty 6th overall, yet somehow you decide to throw the ball 58 times last night or whatever the number was. And not just because you were behind.
Yeah, that
anyway.
But what we didn't talk about is everybody criticized the trade for Quinnen Williams. Did he not look like him yesterday?
He did. We'll talk about this. Harry Douglas is joining us next on ESPN New York.
FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Rick to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
I want them to move forward from what happened. And they want to believe that Dable was the problem and that they eradicated the problem and now everything's going to be good. Now, we all know that Shane Bowen's going to be out of a job at the end of the year. Listen, they don't have enough talent to win a Super Bowl, but they certainly have more talent than should be 2-9. And it just looked different. It looked better.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Weekdays at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Harry Douglas Report brought to you by Amazon Pickup. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app as well as YouTube. He is the great Harry Douglas of Freddie and Harry on ESPN Radio. Of course, ESPN NFL analyst as well. You heard him over the weekend on the Denver-Kansas City game with Steve Levy, and he joins us right now. Harry, what's going on, brother? How are you?
Nothing much, fellas. How y'all doing today?
Good. We've been screaming this morning. I don't know if you saw it, so it might be unfair for me to even bring it up. Cam Skattebo last night. Did you happen to see this? Yeah,
I've seen it.
So the dude just coming off a dislocated ankle in surgery and gets in a shoving match. And I know it's pretend, so to speak, but at a WWE event, just talk to me about that from a veteran standpoint, where Abdul Carter's next to him at 2-9, holding up a Giants championship belt.
Well, I would say this. There are just some people who are built different, and their mindset is on another level. So you just allow them to do themselves. Cam Skattebo is one of those players. Now, I'm pretty sure the coaching staff is like, hey, bud, tone it down a little bit. Like, we need you recovered for next season. But at the same time, he's hurt. He's not playing right now. As long as he didn't further hurt himself and he stayed healthy, I'm all for it. Hey, it's all about, life after football, how you can set things up. I remember when I tore my ACL in my second year, I actually went up to New York because my brother was playing for the Knicks at the time. I did an internship at the NFL office and the whole nine. So, he's injured. He's hurt right now. And while you're not playing, hey, try to experience as much as possible.
All right, so one thing that New York hates more than stupidity is cornball stuff. But I don't know if you didn't realize. I think somebody called in and said that they had the people from some players from the Eagles there, and they showed their actual championship rings. And somebody made this dude a Toys R Us Giants belt, and he throwing it up like he the Rock. You know what I'm saying? At 2-9. So I think people are more pissed at at Abdul Carter than they are of Skattebo because he embarrassed the entire city.
Man, listen, those young guys gonna be all right. Tell people to lighten up a little bit. I understand you would like the football team to win more. They done went through a coaching change. The head coach got fired.
But Doogie, he just slept through a meeting and missed it. It was benched like he should be in hiding. Dude just slept through a damn meeting. Now you on TV. Oh, you on time for WWE, but your ass missed the meeting.
Hey, nobody's telling them not to go to the event and have fun at it. Maybe just don't get shoved around at the event when you're coming off surgery.
Well, that's a great point. Please don't get shoved around.
I mean,
and that's one of the
I
things
don't think Roger Goodell Roger Goodell wasn't putting you in an ankle lock when you were doing your internship, Harry.
No, hell no. I had a torn ACL. I didn't want nobody around any part of my legs.
Now, first of all, we'll be remiss. First of all, the suit was gangster. I like the accent tie that you had this week on your other job. I feel like I thought I was a hey man. You might be a bigger hey man than me, man, because you do Saturday, Sunday, every day, all day. Man, you got to be a diamond member by now with all the damn flights you got, all the air travel miles you got.
Bart, I've been diamond since April. April this year I've been diamond. But, y'all know me, man. I love the grind. Before I came on with y'all, I was watching Southern California film because we have game day at Oregon and Southern Cal this weekend. But Carlin knows this. Bart, you know this because we do get up every week. Man, I am a grinder. And one of the things about me that I'm pretty sure y'all respect, I would never get on TV and talk about something I haven't watched and I have not experienced because I don't think it's fair to coaches. I don't think it's fair to players. And it's also not fair to fans who are tuning in and watching. So I always make it a point of emphasis to make sure anything that I'm talking about on TV, I have watched multiple times.
Okay.
Have you ever experienced what's going on in Atlanta right now? Because you were pounding your chest pretty early when they beat Buffalo. Now it's a different story. You're right back. Every time you try and leave me, I bring you right back in. Kirk Cousins, here you come.
I was hoping you didn't bring that up, Bart.
Were you wearing a Spider-Man mask yesterday on the show?
Yeah, because I didn't want anybody to see my damn face. But it wasn't just any Spider-Man. It was Uncle Spider-Man because I had the cane goal on it with it, too. I'm in my 40s now. I'm 41, so it was Uncle Spider-Man.
I got to go to that multiverse.
Listen, you were there front and center the other day. We'll get into a couple of things locally here in a minute, but you were, as I said, on the Denver-Kansas City game, and I think a discussion that we're going to have today at some point here is you look at the AFC, and there are the teams like Denver, there are the teams like New England who have seemingly come up, and then there's the teams like Kansas City and the teams like Baltimore who, while they've won 4 in a row, you're still not sure who's going to be there at the end. So I guess my question is, these newer teams, including Denver, from what you've seen the other day, are they for real yet, or are we maybe overestimating what we're watching when we've seen teams like Minnesota go 14-3 recently and be out in the first round?
So the thing about the Denver Broncos, and I'll start with them because they're the number one team in the AFC right now, their defense is legit. Those guys, when you're missing your leading tackler, Alex Singleton, who's 5th in the NFL in tackles prior to this weekend, when you're missing your MVP, defensive that is, and Patrick Surtain II, and you still find a way to be dominant on defense and stop Patrick Mahomes and that electrifying offense, then that lets me know that you're legit, you're real. Offensively, I think the question has been so far this season, what's their identity, right? Can they be consistent? And up until this game that they played versus the Kansas City Chiefs, you'll see them good at some times, you'll see them bad. But the thing that has been consistent with them, not in a good way, was the slow starts. And we always seen these comebacks from Bo Nix in the fourth quarter. Well, the offense didn't start off great, but when that second half hit, man, they really turned the switch. And I thought Sean Payton, as a play caller, he really got in the rhythm and he really played towards Bo Nix's strengths. So going forward, if you can do that, be more consistent offensively, then yes, the Denver Broncos can be a real team. When I look at the Indianapolis Colts, they're balanced across the board. They can run it. They have the league's leading rusher. They can throw it. They have 3 wide receivers. They have a tight end. They have the O-line. Now, defensively, you know, they made the trade for Sauce Gardner. I know you guys know all about that, him coming from the Jets. Can they get enough stops? Because let's not act like just in, Germany that they didn't have to win a game versus the Atlanta Falcons in overtime. And the Falcons gave them everything they could handle, but a few breakdowns here and there allow Indy to win that ball game. But I think our newcomers that we do have, man, these are legit teams. And, whenever you have these quarterbacks that can orchestrate and be at the forefront of things, and if those guys are playing well, they're going to have an opportunity and a chance. But we all know playoff football is different from regular season football.
Yeah.
I want to see how all these guys are going to be when it comes to playoff football. Because we talk about the Baltimore Ravens, we talk about the Chiefs, and if both of those teams have an opportunity to make it to the playoffs, I just can't see anybody picking any of those newcomer teams over these teams that have been there and done it consistently over and over again.
Yeah, you just never know. Like, you take a talented team that, had misfortune in Baltimore, a lot of injuries, and then you put a chip on their shoulder. This may be just right for them to go on the road and be able to beat or play a team like that. But, Harry, you got a very unique perspective that maybe a lot of us, a lot of players don't have, is when you got in the league, it was dominated by, Sean Payton and the and Drew Brees. But you guys were able to MVP season by Matt Ryan, great drafts. You guys were able to kind of do that. What type of mindset is it when you have a team that's been so dominant in a division and then you step up and you start being able to be their adversary? Like, what type of mindset went into those Atlanta Falcon teams that said, I don't care if they won a Super Bowl, I don't care if they have a Hall of Fame coach, that, we run this division now and they got to go through us and it's not going to be a cakewalk anymore? Because that's what you see happening in New England. Yep. That's what you see happening in Denver. That's what you see happening in Indianapolis, not to a greater extent because Houston has been dominant, but not that dominant. What mindset did you guys take, and what do you think these guys are harnessing to be able to make this transition?
So I think the common denominator from our 2008 draft class and what these newcomer teams have, when you look at New England, when you look at the Denver Broncos, and then you also look at a few of these other teams, right? The Indianapolis Colts. Drafting, you have to draft well. And back in 2008, within our draft class, we had 2 first-round draft picks, Matt Ryan, Sam Baker. Both of those guys started. We had a second-round draft pick in Curtis Lawson at linebacker. He started. I was a third-round pick. I played a lot as a third receiver, and then, later on became a starter because we went 3 wide a lot. And then we had a 5th-round pick in Thomas Deku, who was our starting safety. We had so many young guys that contributed early on. And our mindset and us being able to, number one, we did every single thing together. And for a lot of veterans that we had on our football team, we didn't want to let those guys down because we had some who was on their last limb, right, who was probably going to retire. Their contracts was coming up. So we made the playoffs in 2008 in our first season, in our rookie year. But it was the mindset of us having like, okay, even though we're rookies, we're not going to be treated as rookies. We didn't even have a rookie minicamp. Our minicamp that year was collectively with the veterans. And I think our head coach having that mindset, knowing that so many of us at a young age had to contribute to what we were doing, that opened all of our eyes as well. But we didn't want to be the weakest link. We knew we had the potential. We just had to put the pieces together. And then being able to have our locker room as connected as we did helped it out as well. So when I look at a Denver Broncos football team, and even though they've had injuries, and then even J.K. Dobbins, who's 5th in leading rushing, he didn't play this past weekend. But you have a R.J. Harvey, who is a rookie. You have a Jaleel McLaughlin, who is in his 3rd or 4th year. Those guys been able to step up. But look at the young players that they have. Troy Franklin is still a young player. Pat Bryant, who made a lot of plays in that ball game, is still a young player. Bo Nix is in his 2nd year. All these young guys contributed massively to the success that they're having right now. Look at New England and all the young players that they have. And sometimes when you're young, you don't know what you don't know. But when you're winning and you taste that success, you don't want to go back to what it feels like to not win. And a lot of those guys, when you look at Drake May, they were there last season. They know what it feels like to be 4-13.
It's crazy. You just said a whole lot of stuff and waxed poetic. All I heard is we do everything together. My mind went straight to Magic City.
Hey, but guess what, Bart?
Team meeting.
But here's the funny thing, and I'm gonna tell you about our teams that we had back in the day. Even though some guys knew they only had to go in there for 20 or 30 minutes, the fact that we were so connected as a team, they went in there. They didn't stay long, but they didn't want to be the guy that did not, kick it with their teammates and weren't there for one another collectively. So when I mean we did everything together, bro, when we had our rookie nights, it didn't matter if it was my rookie night or, when guys later down the line came along, we used to combine rookie nights together.
Yeah. I would love to see that Matt Ryan on stage with white chocolate hidden footage.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Harry Douglas is with us. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York, ESPN NFL analyst. Harry, what is your big takeaway here when you're looking at what we're seeing in the NFC right now? What is jumping out to you as a storyline that maybe we're not paying enough attention to?
I think the 2 best teams in the NFC as a conference right now, number one, I have the Los Angeles Rams. I think they're the best team in football. And then in the NFC, secondly, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. And the reason why I give the Rams the edge is because of Matthew Stafford, the quarterback position. Matthew Stafford can throw it with the best of the best, man. He's a guy who has a Super Bowl ring for a reason. Sean McVay went and traded for him for a reason. And the way he's playing right now is unbelievable. He's a front runner to win the MVP. When it comes to the Eagles, I think what stands out to me right now with them is their defense. And Howie Roseman, boy, that damn guy did it again, didn't he?
Yep.
He went and got a guy, Jalen Phillips. And here's what a lot of people aren't talking about. Jalen Phillips played for Vic Fangio already down in Miami. So it's not like he had to learn a whole new system. He already knew the system. So it's just plug and play. They got Nolan Smith Jr. back. He's healthy. And we see that defense, man. And Quinyon Mitchell, I think he's an elite cornerback in the league, the way he plays sticky coverage. But then you have those 2 teams, and then you have the Seattles. You have the Lions. You have the Buccaneers. You have those other Green Bay Packers. You have those other teams. But right now I think upper echelon-wise, it's the Rams and the Eagles and everybody else.
The crazy part is we know out of those teams, whether it's Los Angeles, whether it's Philadelphia, we know one of them is going to get upset. Usually one of them gets upset. Last year it was the Detroit Lions. And we was like, what? They lost to who? That's the beauty of it, because if Sam Darnold's on that day, then they can beat anybody. If Detroit's on that day, they can beat anybody. So I'm more intrigued with the competition in the NFC than I am in the AFC. Now, when you go to the AFC, Buffalo, you can say maybe they're back with what Josh Allen did, but we'll be able to see them against the Patriots coming up. But do you have any belief in what you've seen from the Baltimore Ravens as they try and get better defensively, as they struggled with Cleveland last week, as we saw the debut of Shedeur Sanders too?
I do, Bart, because it's not the way it looked the first 6 games of the season. I was worried about this football team the first 6 games. We've seen them, lock in a little bit more. We've seen Lamar Jackson come back. We see them make plays. Roquan Smith is playing out of his mind, and also Kyle Hamilton. I had their game, last week, the Ravens versus the Vikings, and boy, Roquan Smith, guarding Justin Jefferson, guarding Jordan Addison. Should have had an interception in that ball game as well, too. It stands out to me. But I think what's favorable also for the Baltimore Ravens is the schedule. The schedule is their friend right now. They play the Jets this weekend, and lo and behold, we all know how that's going to probably go. But also within their team, they play the Pittsburgh Steelers twice, and that's the team that's leading the division right now. And whenever you have a team that's leading the division and you're trailing them, but you have an opportunity to play them twice, you don't worry about it because you can handle your own business. You don't need anyone to help you out.
Last one for me, just along the lines of, you mentioned the Jets. So they're switching to Tyrod Taylor. We've all seen enough of Justin Fields, and I think finally Aaron Glenn has. At this point, when you make that switch, how do players look at that when they've seen it all season long with Fields? Do they kind of respect the fact that you've made the switch, even though the horse is out of the barn at this point?
I mean, if I was in that locker room, I'd be saying, thank God.
Yeah.
Honestly. And when you look at certain pass plays, Fields threw a nice ball to A.D. Mitchell on the go route. A.D. should have caught it. It would have been a tough case, but still, I expect you to make that play. But they had a wheel route, right? And, New England was playing man coverage. A.D. Mitchell did a great job of hitting the defender inside, broke outside. The defender got caught up in traffic. And for some odd and apparent reason, Justin Fields threw a back shoulder ball. And I'm thinking to myself, why in the hell would you throw that pass when it's man coverage and the defender got hung up in traffic? A.D. Mitchell should have been walking down the sidelines for a walk-in touchdown. And the other one he threw to A.D. Mitchell across the middle of the field on like an in cut. He threw 100 miles per hour. He threw the ball 100 miles per hour.
Yeah,
so,
man.
From a receiver standpoint, man, bring Tyrod. Tyrod can't come in there quick enough.
Now, on that same point, you saw the talent that A.D. Mitchell had. You saw the nuance from the slot that maybe Mechie can have.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson's going to come back to this team, and Mason Taylor's getting better. And if they retain Breece Hall, I guess I'm asking you what the crop report is. I know it's all contingent on on a quarterback, but the Jets may have an opportunity to go get a guy from Ohio State or go get the kid from USC. How's the weapons looking for whoever gets behind what I feel is above average line? Because Fashanu and Mimbu has been putting on a clinic. What's the crop report once you've seen some of the new weapons that they traded Sauce and Quentin Williams for?
So I do like A.D. Mitchell as a player, man. He was one of the guys I was high on, not just when he was at Texas, but also when he was at the University of Georgia. And I think just for him, leaving Indy and now arriving in New York, getting settled in, I think when he has an off season under his belt as well, you get more acclimated to the season. You can have an off season, whatever quarterback who's going to be your quarterback for 2026. I like A.D. Mitchell a lot. I really do. And you add him to Garrett Wilson and John Mechie is a guy that I think can be valuable for this team. You probably still go out and get another wide receiver as well because you have a boatload of picks. So you go get another guy. But I believe wholeheartedly in their receiver coach, Sean Jefferson. He's a guy that played a long time in the NFL. He has a son that plays in the league right now. He was my receiver coach my first year in Tennessee as well. So I know his principles. I know what he preaches. And I believe in him wholeheartedly as a receiver coach too. I just think moving forward, you said it, Bart, the key catalyst is the quarterback position. You got to have a quarterback. You got to have that guy that can pull the trigger and give these guys an opportunity to really showcase their talent. So that's one of the reasons why you see a Garrett Wilson who's been so frustrated over the years is because he just want an opportunity to go out there and showcase your talent. And there's no telling what his numbers would be if you have a guy that's consistent at the quarterback position.
Harry, great stuff, man. We'll talk next week.
Last thing, Harry, I'm sorry. How excited was you to see Jameis Winston pay homage to the Harlem Shake? Like, is he not the most perfect entertainer? Is he not the greatest entertainer? He's Maximus. Are you not entertained? That's why you are here?
Bart, every time Jameis does something, I try to make sure I'm watching it or I'm hearing what he's saying because he is pure entertainment. And you need, especially with the way the Giants season has gone, you need guys like that in your locker room. That's why I feel like Jameis is going to have a job until he says he doesn't want to have one, because you need guys, number one, that's positive, the energy is infectious, and people just love to be around. So I think Jameis can honestly play it until he just doesn't want to play anymore.
Harry, we'll talk next Tuesday. Appreciate it, man.
Nah, no problem, guys.
That's Harry Douglas. Of course, he is brought to you by Amazon Pickup. Amazon Pickup is convenient and secure. It's a great way to collect your Amazon packages from locations near you. Listen, Jameis can do no wrong in my book now. You know, there was a point early on, and, you know, when all the stuff coming out of college, all the stuff around the crab legs and, you know, around the alleged assault and things like that, everything that happened, he's such a different guy than he was back then, at least publicly, that it's hard not to get enthused by seeing his personality.
I mean, it's infectious, man. I love Jameis, man. Like, you don't even have to do that. It just make you want to laugh.
I had a friend who was around him back then, female, who was a documentarian. And this is back, like, when he was coming out of college. And she swore up and down by him, even at that point when he was that mature, about what a great guy he is, even through all of that stuff. And this, as I said, this was a woman who was saying this at the time, who was around him for, I would say, at least a good year or so, and could not say enough good things about him.
Now that you know how he is and how, like, gullible and, like, gee shucks, you know, that he is, you can imagine, like, they told me it was free. They said the crab legs are free. They said we can have as many as we want.
Let me tell you something.
It's raining crab legs. I just need butter.
Put it this way. The thing with the crab legs, that is nothing that no other player at Florida State wasn't doing. And somebody just happened to take a picture of James doing it. That's it. That was nothing that nobody else was doing.
I don't see black or white. I just see crab legs.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
This is the Michael K. Show.
Great teams employ players that look out for other players. Why would this guy with a half sack being taken to the top of the first round think it's okay to be late to meetings? That some veteran guy on the defensive side doesn't take Abdul Carter aside and say, dude, well, what are you doing? But that's hard to do on a team that just lost its coach, that's 2-9, that has lost heartbreaking games.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Audio files, including more Abdul Carter, Bart, coming in just 30 seconds. Game time, though, brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. 7 o'clock, Devils are in Tampa to play the Lightning. Nets host the Celtics at the Barclays Center at 7:30. Islanders in Dallas at 8 to play the Stars. And at 10 o'clock, the Rangers are in Las Vegas to play the Golden Knights. Coverage begins at 9:30 right here on ESPN New York. Tullamore Dew is the original triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Did you guys just feel it shake? It felt like it shaked in the studio here.
Is it
shook
the Harlem
a little
Shake?
bit. Well, maybe.
James practicing somewhere?
I know that they were doing work on the building, and I just want to make sure that there's not another earthquake in the tri-state area that I'm missing, because it was shaking in here for a second. But then this morning, they were absolutely grinding upstairs with the jackhammer or whatever it was.
I swear yesterday I smelled like some roast beef or some type of soup. I wonder where is that coming from when you get a smell of somebody
when you get those smells that just remember that day we had all that garlic smell?
Yeah.
It was amazing. And it just showed up.
Yeah, bring it back.
Why don't we get one of those? Can a brother get a Cinnabon smell?
Right.
Let's hit audio files. Bart, we're going to start with Abdul Carter, but it's not actual audio, okay?
Nah.
Just a little while ago, he spoke to Adam Schefter. This was about the whole issue with missing the walkthrough practice, and said that he was getting treatment at the time. So the report surfaced Monday, the day after he was benched for the beginning of the game, first series, that he fell asleep during a walkthrough practice last week. Carter said that new head coach Mike Kafka changed the normal practice times, and he didn't realize the change was made until he was in treatment at the time he was used to, and it was too late. Carter said he spoke to Kafka about it on a FaceTime call later that day. Quote, "My mistake was an honest mistake. I own the fact that it was an honest mistake. I was getting treatment, and I told Coach Kafka that too, but to say I was sleeping at that time just wasn't true, and it also wasn't a trend."
Okay.
This is the only time it happened.
Here's the nuance thing. When you're in treatment, you're usually laying down and your eyes are closed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not rehab. It's treatment. So it's like they putting a stim machine on you, ice. I usually get a blanket and lay down and go to sleep. That's what you do in treatment, especially when it's like they got a hot pack on you or something like that. You go to sleep. So whoever reported it probably reported correctly, but it's not like he went somewhere and took a nap and forgot to go to the meeting. But here's the problem. How many other people missed that meeting?
None.
So if that's the case, you're
At least
still
as far as
equally
we know.
responsible. If it's not an honest mistake, if everybody else didn't make it, it's a professional mistake. And I don't understand why the training staff didn't say, hey, man, you're the only one in here. You didn't notice that you were the only one in treatment? You think you're the only person on the injury report, brother?
Yeah.
Like, once you look around, like, oh, well, I guess everybody went home today. Nobody wanted treatment but me. I'm the only one that wants to get better.
Listen, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, okay? Yep. As a young player, and as a young person, one of the more important things to learn is about the details.
Yeah.
And about double-checking all of these kinds of things to make sure that you're doing all the right things. And this happens, okay? I'm sure that this was just one of those things that happens. It's just everything around it after the fact.
Yeah. For me, is it a trend? Like we all
he says it's the only time it's happened.
He
That's
says
the
the
other
only
thing.
time it ever happened because also that looked bad on Dayball because it looked like Dayball had lost control of the ship and he was like, hey, if you're a first-round draft pick, I can't cut you. I'm going to be cool. I remember Donnie Henderson used to come all the time. He was like, oh, eating like kings, playing like queens. He was like, oh, I'm going to cut somebody today. Now, if you're a first, second round, third round draft pick, I can't mess with you. But everybody else, that's y'all ass. And, like, he used to come in there and just harass us like that all the time. If it made Dayball seem like he was just cowering to people that he needed help to
like
make
Carter,
sure that
he basically needed Carter to help save his job.
Right, Carter, and we saw his love affection with Dart going into the fine being and all that type of stuff and all the love and extra hugs that he got. I know Daniel Jones was watching that like, really? I won you a playoff game. You never hugged me. But, there we go. What's next?
Let's get into some Jordan Raanan. This was from the other day on New York Game Day. Does Kafka have a legit shot to be the next head coach of the Giants?
Yes, I do believe that is the case. From talking to people, like the feeling is if it's not a super high percentage, and he would have to do something really, really well down here in the stretch of the season. But remember, Mike Kafka is a guy that the Giants didn't want to let go, right? There was other teams that wanted him. He interviewed for a bunch of head coaching jobs, almost got a couple of them. But, Seattle wanted to bring him in as potentially a offensive coordinator, and the Giants made the decision not only to just keep him, but to give him a promotion, right, and make him assistant head coach and gave him a raise. That shows you that this is an organization that thinks highly of Mike Kafka, and this is an opportunity for him. He's 38 years old. If he works really well with Jackson Dart, that'll work in his favor too, right? If they finish the season strong and Jackson Dart finishes strong, and maybe you want to keep him with Jackson Dart. All these things, I think, are reasons why he has a chance here in the final 7 games to impress people and potentially keep this job.
I don't know. What do you think? I think it's always difficult for the interim guy to get the job. And we talked about Antonio Pierce earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like he really got a chance. But when the interim guy gets the job, it's usually one of two things. Players have really gone to bat for him.
Yep.
And that sometimes is not the greatest thing in the world. And then secondly, it's I don't want to pay anybody else while I'm still paying a coach I just fired.
Exactamundo. And, if my memory serves me right, Dayball is on an extension. Was he like first year in an extension or second year in an extension? But he still had time left on where it's a substantial amount of money. And here's the problem, like how much would any of these big names that people are talking about cost? We're talking upwards of $10 million. Now, I know they raised money because they sold a percentage of the team, and ultimately money shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I can't remember any time in history – and maybe it's because they haven't had a winning season in a long time. But I can't remember the last time that the Giants were paying their coach like upper echelon money. Maybe Coughlin after the Super Bowls, they gave more power and gave more money.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't recall. So
here was the number on Daboll, okay? In 2022, 5-year deal worth $30 million. So that means he's signed through 2026. So they got a year and a half left. Roughly $7.5 million.
But even with that, $7.5 million, this college coach is like, man, y'all cheap. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're going to go out and get one of these big wigs, would the Giants pony up the money for an elite coach?
I don't know the answer to that. I guess it depends what we're talking about.
That's why
I think the answer is probably no.
That's why I keep coming back to this Mike McCarthy stuff.
Yeah.
he seems like the perfect person for the perfect situation. It's not a big splash, but it's not a dud either, because people can send and talk about his resume. It's not like they went out and traded and gave up a draft pick for Sean Payton. It's not like they're giving up a 4th-round draft pick and paying Herm Edwards. Who else was traded for? Was Andy Reid traded for?
No, he was fired.
Okay.
He had been fired by the Eagles.
Yeah, so are you trying to get a first-time head coach again as the Giants that's going to be learning on the job when you have a young quarterback that's ready to win now? And one thing that Jameis proved, that this team doesn't seem as bad as we think it is. Now, maybe that says more about Green Bay and their lack of dominance and what we thought they were.
But Green Bay's a great team defensively. They've been very good this year.
And Jameis did it effortlessly without any – you would think that next year the Giants would have 2 new starting receivers. You think they would have Neighbors, and you think they'll either get one in free agency or they'll draft one.
Knicks last night, they lose. They had an opportunity, came from double digits down late, but the goaltend call that wasn't gets overturned. Karl Anthony Towns said 2 out of the 3 officials called it goaltending. He assumed it was. They still had chances down the stretch, but he missed one that kind of looked like it went halfway down on the fadeaway. But again, you're playing without Brunson and OG last night, and the Heat were without their top guys. Here is Mike Brown on the team, and did they take too many threes last night? It was only 36.
At the end of the day, most of the looks from the three-point line, I'll take any day of the week. Good looks by a couple of our guys. We usually knock those down. They didn't go in today.
Yeah, they shot 9 for 36. It's too many it's too many misses. It's not too many attempts.
Right. And that's what I thought. I thought if anything this team lacked, I thought it was outside perimeter shooting. And I thought they would address that, but they really didn't. And maybe during the trade deadline, they'll find a sniper or a shooter that can shoot a high percentage from out there. Now, Brunson shoots it good, but they don't really have a so to speak, catch-and-shoot guy. Remember, DiVincenzo was supposed to be that guy a couple of years ago because I think he had shot something like 40-something% when he was before he came over the first time.
Right.
So anything that concerns me is that they don't have any spot-up shooters, especially if – you talk about Mike Brown wants the ball to touch the paint and then come out. So you got to find a spot up shooter. And I know I've been trying to be funny, but Malik Beasley, I don't know if he's barred from being able to play, but he's a catching guy or the 3-point type shooter that you would think of.
He's holding on for dear life. Maybe he gets a chance at some point. I don't know.
Him and Chauncey on the ayahuasca changed my – I can't believe Chauncey. Come on, Chauncey.
You're still having trouble with that, huh? Still having trouble.
Man, they just let you know, man, that in this business, man, once these mob guys get your hooks in you, they basically you're their puppet.
I don't believe the mob exists. Anyway.
Yeah, go bid on a job for concrete in New York. Tell me that.
I was down in Georgia about 8-9 years ago, and they were showing me the practice complex at the University of Georgia.
Yeah.
And they said it cost $30 million to build, and I'm thinking in New Jersey, everybody's got to get a taste. That's at 90 at least.
Exactly.
And then there's the Cowboys, who, of course, won last night. If you can figure out the Raiders in that game plan, you draft Ashton Genty 6th overall, and then you end up throwing the ball all over the place all night, and not even when they had fallen behind. Cowboys win 33-16. 2 things here. Number 1, Brian Schottenheimer, who benched CeeDee Lamb and Pickens to start the game.
Made a coach's decision, some things that were missed, and so I had a conversation with those guys, and that was easy. But you look at the energy those guys play with. Clarence, they jump-started the offense when they got back in there. They didn't hang their heads. They didn't do any of that stuff, and that's why I love those guys, man.
Pickens, 9 for 144, touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 5 for 66 and a touchdown. They got benched. That wasn't a problem.
Yeah, they got benched because they knew they were playing the Raiders, and they knew they can afford a slow start. But what I was impressed with was this new look defense. Overshawn is, I think, going to come back. But, you think at Quinnen Williams and what Quinnen and what Kenny Clark looks like, and then Jadeveon Clowney and Fowler gets to come off. And, with Logan Wilson at the second helm, an adult kind of air traffic controlling, it may be too little too late because they lost to Arizona. But, man, future going forward, I just don't know if they can afford to pay Pickens on the way out.
It's going to be hard to do.
You probably
it's
have
to
to
be
cut,
very hard to do.
Yeah, you probably have to cut Diggs, which I'm sure they can't wait to do, and maybe try and transfer that money over to Pickens. They have to kind of swap it out because he's basically a no-show this year anyway. It seems like he's kind of quit on the team, and he's not playing at a high level at all. And you paid DeRon Bland, who is playing at a decent level, had a bounce back. But Jerry may not seem so crazy next year because he can go get whatever he needs with that extra first-round draft pick that he didn't trade for Quinn, and he traded to 27. So he still has 2 first-round draft picks to go out and maybe get the number 1 receiver to replace Pickens.
One last one. I just want to play this for the sentiment. Dak Prescott, who was tremendous, again, 4 touchdowns last night. The team playing for Marshawn Nealand, of course, that was just an awful, awful story last week, and you can't imagine what it's been like in that locker room since. Here's Dak on the team winning that game for him last night.
Yeah, but obviously a tough 12 days, and through the bye week, those first, as I mentioned here on the earlier in the week, those first few days, right, not being with the guys was harder than anything. But the last 6, 7, being together, working together, having conversations, healing, shining a light on who Marshawn was, then obviously coming out here tonight and playing with the style that he played with, the intensity, the efforts, finish. Super proud of the guys. Whirlwind of a week. Great one to cap off with a win right here.
Listen, and they're carrying his jersey out there. I thought that was just listen, they're going to do something to honor his memory, but it's just such an awful story, and I think it says a lot about them that they were able to go out and play so focused.
It's been beautiful and hurtful all at the same time. First we started with the Nick Mango T-shirts and hats and flags, and now, this young man's, it's just the entire football family is reeling right now. And remember, this goes back and all the way back to Doug Martin. Yep. When you do that montage for all the people that we lost, it's far too many young football players that's going to be on that montage. Whether you talk about Arthur Jones, 39 years old, Nick Mango, 41 years old, this young man, 24 years old, Doug Martin was like 35 years old. It bears repeating. If you're struggling, understand that there are help, and it's numbers that you can call to get the help that you need. And don't be afraid to internalize everything and deal with all your problems yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out, because you never know. It could be somebody, your blessing could be right around the corner. The person that has been through that, or the person that can help you through it, is just one call away.
And that number is 988 if you need help and support in any way. It is there for you, 988. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is also another one to check out. They are afsp.org online. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app. What to believe and what not to believe in the league is next.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
I got a really bad paper cut yesterday because it wasn't your garden variety. It was on one of those big holiday magazines that you get.
Oh, no.
Swipe through, and all of a sudden I was like, oh! It was a big, thick book, and I put my index finger there and just swiped across. I was like, oh!
I'll tell you
and
what.
now I'm going to have to live with that.
It's probably going to be a scar.
Morning Start with DiPietro and Rothenberg. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
FanDuel's the #1 sports book for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel's the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join, because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So, bet on the players you love the way you want. Head over to FanDuel.com/Peter to sign up today. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel's the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 and over, physically present in New York. First online, real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is not withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, where the holidays get even happier.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Michelle Smallman here for Gainbridge and their Give Back program, Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity. Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity's goal is to empower girls and women through sports and education, providing 32 organizations in 21 states $222 of grant funding during 2025. These grants aim to level the playing field and expand access to sports and education for girls and women across the country. Here's to a future with no limits for women's sports with Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assist, powered by Parity.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The Knicks fought to the end but remain winless on the road this season.
Final horn sounds. Foul came after the buzzer. The Knicks had 3 chances on the right side basket to tie it, but in the end, Miami hangs on 115 to 113.
Any reason for concern with their injuries? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. The city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports. ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
David's been waiting, Bart. I want to get him in here on ESPN New York. He's been very patient today. What's up, Dave?
What up, fellas? Hey, I got questions for both of you, but Carlin, Chef, your questions are for tomorrow. Today we're going to start with Bart because, I'm going to get to my Jets point. Bart, before we get into it, right, 2 things I got for you. Number 1, right, we have to give you your flowers because I was doing some thinking going back like in football windows and whatnot. Do you know that you went against Thanos, Darkseid, and the Joker all in one? Well, not all in one, but you went against some giants, bro. And what I'm talking about is the great Tom Brady, my favorite quarterback of all time, who I think is better than Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Yes, Tom Brady's the GOAT because he has the hardware and all that other good stuff. And you went against Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees. Like, bro, the list goes on. You went against some dogs, my brother. We got to give you your flowers, bro. But, look, I forgot him. You went against a bunch of good quarterbacks in their time. The reason I brought this up is because I wanted to ask you, what was it like going up against Peyton Manning? Like he's legendary. You was on the field against him plenty of times.
Well, also, I held them to 15 points the year that they won the Super Bowl. We were the number 1 seed in Baltimore, and they only had 140 yards of offense and won with 5 field goals. For me,
Who was the quarterback that year? Was that a Kyle Bowler year?
No. This was Steve McNair. We were 13-3.
Wow.
Yeah, 13-3.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we were 13-3. We were the number 1 seed.
I remember the game. I just didn't remember who's playing quarterback for you.
Yeah. So what it's like is, as a defensive player that was on the greatest defenses, I believe, some of the greatest defenses in the league, especially some of the greatest defenses to never win a Super Bowl. I tell you what, man. It was such an intense week of preparation, such an intense week of like practice and everybody doing extra film study, man. And I used to love it because even going against them in the regular season, man, it was such an honor because you felt that you were the greatest defense and the best defense. And a lot of those defenses I were on were number one. I think I was number one 4 or 5 times in my career out of 11 years. And to be able to prove to everybody that, yo, we can shut this down. Remember, even a year where the Patriots went undefeated, it was a Monday night game where we shut them down, and we thought that we were cheated and robbed by the refs because we had the lead, and they scored in the last second, and they got 4 4th-and-1s in a row during that break. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was kind of like them phantom calls that happened in the Lions game.
Yeah.
And so it was just great. It was like best against best. Like, yo, we don't care who you are. We shutting you down. And any receiver come around here going to sleep. And that was like the mentality. And it's such a great thing. I don't know if I ever could have played for the Colts back in the day. I don't know if I ever could have played for the Rams because I could never be part of the unit that was part of the problem. But to be able to walk into a stadium and for people to say, hey, man, listen, it's going to be hard hat game. We used to have a stat that we used to always love to pay attention to, and it was what we saw, what teams did the game after they played us. Because you might win, but you're gonna limp out of that stadium, and you're gonna be worse for wear, and you might not. You're gonna have a lot of guys on the injury report the week before, or we would look at the guys who was on the injury report that we knew wasn't gonna play against us because if you won 120%, you weren't lining up and putting on the field and because you know that we ain't had no medical tent back then.
Yeah.
They just carry your ass out on a stretcher.
No, that guy's looking at the schedule, saying, "Oh, Ravens, you know what? I'm good next week."
Or Jets too. Them first 2 years of Jets. Oh, wait.
Listen, those were some vicious defenses those first couple of years. Vicious.
I used to love it, man. It's nothing like walking in and it's like people talk about wanting to be the hero. Man, it's nothing funner than being the bad guy. I mean, when you step in there, they say hello to the bad guy. Yeah. I see you looking at me in your $2,000, slacks.
It had to be just. I can't believe I've never asked you about this, but after the whole can't wait thing.
Yeah.
Just walking around that place and those people walking out of there dead silent had to be something. How long did you want to stay out on that field?
Listen, they the most arrogant group fan, especially at that time, and you would too if you won 4 or 5 championships, and they looked down on us like we were lint. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they had already beat us, and just
the
to walk out.
45-3,
you looking at little kids crying, and you're like, yeah, I did this to you.
Tell your daddy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that.
I'm with you. I would enjoy that more than anything.
Look at me. I did this to you. I did. Remember this face.
Yeah. I would enjoy that more than anything. Just sending those people home. I would enjoy that more than winning at home.
And just the fact that our fans, who probably was getting ridiculed all before the game, was looking at them like, yeah, What'd you say about Tom Brady? Yeah, buddy. You know how many of our fans probably got in fights on the way out because, like Boston people are really sore losers.
Oh, no, I think they're usually pretty rational. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. We've got so much coming in this last hour. More on the whole Skattebo stupidity. More on the Jets and making the switch at quarterback. We will get into that. And who's real and who's fake. We got to talk about the league a little bit because I'm having a lot of trouble with this AFC that people are just writing a lot of teams off. We need to discuss. That's on the way, too. Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. We'll do Samuel here in a little bit, Bart. We'll get it back in just a little bit.
Sounds scoochie.
Giddy up.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The Knicks fought to the end but remain winless on the road this season.
Final horn sounds. Foul came after the buzzer. The Knicks had 3 chances on the right side basket to tie it, but in the end, Miami hangs on 115 to 113.
Any reason for concern with their injuries? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone too for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile. The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, where the holidays get even happier.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay, and there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career?
I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Noon on Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, ESPN New York app over on YouTube, where you should get involved in the comments. We'll get some more of those in the chat during the course of the next hour. And noon means what exactly, my friend?
It's the power hour, 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 hour.
Look at you.
The sour hour.
Look at you.
It's the sour hour.
Oh, a little something extra in the juice this morning, huh?
Yeah, you know I got a little extra juice. You saw that.
Bart is down in Baltimore for his annual charity event with one of the local, I don't want to call it shelter, but it's a local home that helps people who have been afflicted with addiction.
Rehab center.
Rehab center, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go. But every year goes down there, gets heavily involved in the community, always has been in Baltimore. This is his 20th year, which is just absolutely awesome, and thrilled that you're involved in it again.
And just so you know, I'm 100% neutral this week on who wins or loses the game. You know what I mean? I know I'm down in Baltimore. It looks like I'm pro-purple. You know what I mean? I'm right down the middle, 50-50, like Attila and Van Dam. I told you, man. I split it with you 50-50 right down. It's all on him, man. 50-50.
Well, we've had
wrong bet.
We've had a ton of discussion today regarding Cam Skattebo getting into it at Madison Square Garden last night in a fake little scrum with some of the wrestlers. But at the same time, when you're coming off of getting your ankle dislocated, probably not the brightest thing in the world to do. And then Abdul Carter right next to him holding up a Giants championship belt after the fact at 2-9.
You know what would have been funny is as soon as he put up the championship belt, if they would have scanned over to the Eagle players that was holding up their championship ring, it was like, yeah, that's not the move.
I wanted so badly one of them to be Saquon. Just looking over there like, come on, bro. Really? Really? Anyway, we have gotten into that.
But real champion.
Something I really want to spend some time on here that we haven't talked about today is we're starting to look at the AFC a lot differently. And we had Harry on last hour. And we saw the Chiefs go to Denver this past week and lose. And so Johnny Pickens and I and Ray were all having this discussion today about the AFC and, you know, the league as a whole. And if things really, truly are all that wide open. And I'll pose it to you this way. I'm not buying it yet. Yeah. I know I see we have the Patriots who are having an unbelievable year.
Classic choke job ready to happen.
But their strength of schedule for this season is atrociously bad. 361 winning percentage. Am I to believe in the Indianapolis Colts yet? I don't feel like they have a great defense and one that I would particularly believe in. I think they can score points, but I don't know how much of a difference Sauce Gardner is going to make there yet. Do I believe in the Denver Broncos yet at 9-2? Well, they've got an outstanding defense, but what am I supposed to believe in Bo Nix for? So I guess my problem is the Ravens have won 4 in a row. Buffalo is still Buffalo. We're all talking about how down the Bills are. They're 7-3.
Right.
They're 7-3. And the Chiefs are 5-5. And here we are sitting just after week 11. Why am I all of a sudden definitively believing that things are wide open just because of what the standings say right now? I don't buy it yet.
It's because it's so late in the season, and we've never seen these quarterbacks, these teams in recent years, of the last 3 or 4 years. We've never seen them in this place. We've never seen them in a place where they're searching from behind. You know, you talk about Kansas City. They're behind not just Denver. They're behind the Chargers as well as they're trying to climb their way back up. The Baltimore Ravens, it looks like, you know, it's not an insurmountable climb, you know, especially with Aaron Rodgers and a fractured wrist. But they have no margin for error. And last week was a scary one, right? Because they found a way how to, you know, outlast Minnesota. But, man, Shedeur Sanders makes that catch. That kid makes that catch in the back of the end zone. You're losing to the Cleveland Browns. And once again, Myles Garrett, 4 sacks. You know, that was a lot. You know, so you hope or you think that Lamar Jackson, they'll figure it out because of the brand, but you just don't know. With this defense at times, they can be a little fugazi. And, you know, same thing that you feel about the defending champions. You're like, man, they look vulnerable, man. Like, they winning so ugly. And I guess if you had to say one team that you feel good about that's from the old guard, if we're talking about the old guard, is probably the Los Angeles Rams. You feel the best about them because they've been, even Detroit. Like Detroit, you like, man, what is that? If Dan Campbell gonna go outlaw and sit around and go for 4th down 5 times, this guy might just be crazy enough. Like, who's crazier, him or the guy that used to be the head coach for the Chargers? He pulled some of the same crap. This dude ran a fake punt against Jalen Carter with a linebacker in the 2-point stands assigned to block him. That's crazy talk.
Yeah. Well, I just watch these teams, and maybe I'm just skeptical about it and not willing to give up on the teams that have been here for a while. I just don't buy it yet.
Yeah.
I just don't buy it yet. And I'm talking about the top 3 seeds in the conference, and 2 of the other teams that I'm talking about are not in the playoffs right now. But I look at the AFC. Do I think that anybody could go into Denver and win? I do. Do I think that anybody could go into New England or Indianapolis and win? I do. Bart, you know who the Patriots remind me of? And this is probably unfair. Because they do have the younger, they do have the young quarterback. Go ahead and take a shot. Who you think it is?
The 2000 was it 16, 11-2 Pittsburgh Steelers?
No. They remind me of the Vikings, who go 14-3, and are
to
gone.
Atlanta.
And
went to Atlanta.
Yeah, and are gone in playoff game 1.
It's very possible. So here's the scenario, and anybody listening out there is going to say, well, yeah, I can see that, because they're winning, and the team in their division may be the wild card. It's familiarity there. So this just means that Buffalo has to go to New England and beat them. Do we not think that Josh Allen can go into that division and win against a divisional opponent? Because such familiarity there that, the game plans are easy to make because you know the personnel inside and out. Or Kansas City has to go and play Denver. And the thing is, when you look at it, like, is that not what happened?
And they won by a field goal the other day. Let's be clear.
Right.
They won by a field goal.
Yeah, everybody wants to hit a victory lap.
Neither team was scoring a ton of points in that game.
Right. So you think that maybe Bo Nix can't play much better. That defense can't play much better. We know Patrick Mahomes can play much better.
Yes.
So that's the scary part, right? Because basically what you're saying is, who do you trust with the ball last? Do you trust Bo Nix to come through? And listen, I know his brand in a short period of time has been about that. But are you ready to pick him over Patrick Mahomes?
No. And it's not that I don't believe in these teams. I just don't think that they are the cream of the crop yet.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about it being wide open, I have always been somebody that says, if you have somebody who's been consistently good for a while and you're going to tell me it's over for them, show me the body.
Yeah.
I would like to see them actually dead and gone.
It's Michael Myers?
Exactly.
Like you celebrate.
Yeah.
And you I never understood in these Michael Myers movies why when they kill him, they sit there and they close their eyes like, bruh.
Die Hard was on the other day. That blonde guy who came swinging in off that chain at the end.
Yeah.
And Reginald Vell Johnson comes through and shoots him, thank God.
Right.
He wasn't dead yet.
Yeah, man.
Thought he was dead.
Make sure he's dead.
But I can't knock these teams out this quickly.
Yeah.
So
it's so much football left to go. 7 games is a lot. A lot can happen. Injuries can happen.
Do you doubt, for instance, okay, just for instance, do you doubt for a second that the Ravens are going to win the North?
No, not at all.
Neither do I.
Vegas hasn't changed. Every week we have Joe on, and he tells us how the Ravens are still the favorite. And that was like 3 weeks ago without Lamar Jackson.
And if we're going to have any problem with any of the teams actually being able to do something, and any of these teams that have been traditionally really good AFC teams, it would be the Ravens, just because they haven't been great in the playoffs with Lamar. They haven't gotten to where they've needed to get to. But
this might be the right scenario, because
it might
what you're doing is you're taking teams that are used to having to deal with the pressure of being the favorites, and now they have a chip on their shoulder to be an underdog. So
it's not even chip on their shoulder part. It's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to put Kansas City in a situation where they're going to go on the road. You talk about going on the road and wanting to silence a crowd. You think Kansas City could do that?
And this is the thing. When you win, you think that you can win with the same game plan. When you lose, you're willing to change your game plan. So, like, Denver may walk in, and listen, this is what these guys don't know. And maybe Bo Nix knows a little bit because he was in the playoffs last year. Playoff games go so fast. You
blink and it can get away from you.
The tension is so thick.
Yep.
Right? That you can cut it with a knife, man. You look up and you start hyperventilating, feeling like you're running out of time because you know that this is it. So when you get off to these bad starts, you get nervous, man. And, guys, man, get tight. So tight that they can make diamonds out of coal, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. The sphincter tightness.
And usually that's what happens. We've seen Dak Prescott, and listen, we've seen Dak in the look in Dak's eyes where we know that he on that bull. We've all looked at Dak like we looked at him at the Green Bay game like, oh, man. CeeDee Lamb looking at him like, bro, what's good? Like, I'm wide open. You throwing these ducks into the dirt. Like, it's one of those days. All right, I get it. We're going to have to do something else because it ain't working this way.
Like, I'm not going to believe if we're going to take it to the AFC or to the NFC. I'm disappointed with how the Buccaneers are playing all of a sudden, and it doesn't seem like it's getting easier for them.
But it feels like we can make an excuse for them. They're without their 2 top receivers. Sometimes it's easier. It's not, you can handle one, but two is that's how, and the person that you're depending on is the rookie that you took and thought he was going to be a luxury. I mean, they're winning with the kid Sterling Shepard, and who's the other guy? I always said Bo Nix.
Emeka Ibuka?
No, Bo Nix's teammate. That lived with him.
I know who you're talking about.
Tez Johnson. Tez Johnson at $150. That's and you got Otten. And remember, no Bucky Irving either. So not only you miss your two top receivers, you're missing your starting tailback. But yet you're in such a weak division that as long as you get them back healthy, you're okay.
Should I feel the same way about the NFC? Because I don't. I look at the Eagles, and they're still in the top spot, and they may not be playing well offensively. I actually think A.J. Brown has some salient points with what he's trying to say. But I'm not knocking them off. I'm not knocking the Rams off. The Rams, the Rams are really remarkable. Think about this for a second. That was a team that a couple of years ago won a Super Bowl with the mentality of F them picks.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and they get Kobe Turner and Jared Verse.
The greatest picks ever.
Unbelievable how right they have been on that.
Who's the other kid? It was Verse. It was the guy that they got before
Turner. You talking about Turner?
Yeah, he played
the defensive tackle.
Yeah, he played with Aaron Donald his last year, and then it's the other guy that not Jared Verse, but the other guy, the white guy from Florida State, his teammate. He's actually the one that gets more.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like remarkable, and then you find Puka Nacua. It's like I can't believe that this guys have reloaded that fast with
Braden
picks.
Fisk. Fisk was the other guy.
Braden Fisk is crazy, and it's like they found a way to reload. We thought they said F them picks because they couldn't pick.
Well, but just the fact that they've turned it around like that. But overall, though, the rest of the conference, why would I look at any of it?
Yeah.
And think that any of these teams that are traditionally very good are going anywhere anytime soon.
But man, you can see if San Francisco.
I mean, the Lions aren't in the playoffs right now.
Right, that's funny. But you can see San Francisco if they get healthy, like after playing with their backup all year and backup receivers. If Pascal and what's the Ayuk? If Ayuk and Pascal comes back, like hold up, man, like you playing a team that we ain't seen this year. And if they can just hold off, and if they can get healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if they went into Seattle on one. I wouldn't be surprised if they find – because, listen, Sean McVay always loses to Kyle Shanahan 90% of the time.
Will the Bears end up blowing the division?
Yeah, I don't think – I can't believe – the Bears got to see – they got to see people in their division. Now, they beat like, man, if any fan base should be pissed, it should be the Minnesota fan base – that's watching Sam Darnold do what he do and realizing it's not a fluke, that he didn't just get some pixie dust. It may not turn 12 o'clock because this is him dominating in two different systems.
So it's about that smack is about to come for the Bears.
Yeah.
Here it comes. You ready? Mm-hmm. Just quickly. Pittsburgh, which all right, they could win that game, not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But then at Philadelphia,
loss.
At Green Bay.
Loss.
Cleveland at home.
Win.
Green Bay at home.
Loss.
At San Francisco.
Loss.
Detroit.
Loss.
See? It's about to be a little dose of reality. To me, if the Bears got to 10, that's damn impressive.
Yeah,
with those 7 games left, if they got 3-4 and got to 10 wins, they did a hell of a job.
Yes, because we didn't expect them to beat Minnesota. And, they've been getting away with, they've been getting a record amount of turnovers. And what Joe
the Bears
says,
are minus. I mean, just to give you that idea, okay? The Bears are minus 1 point differential at 7-3.
Yeah.
when you get 94 turnovers in a season, that's that's not exactly the norm.
Eventually, that horseshoe falls out of your butt.
It's Bart Carlin on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN New York app. I wish we were going to break because it would be perfect to just end it on that. But instead, you're going to tell us about Samwell. There's nothing I can tie in with a horseshoe in your butt there.
Well, I'm sure he can make you feel better if you had a horseshoe in your butt. This fall, don't sit on the sidelines because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck pain, back pain, joint pain, you're missing out on all the things you love. It's time to take action. Call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain, Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing, getting you back in the game. Living a pain-free life, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime, just precise image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. J. Shaw will design a personalized, non-surgical game plan just for you. Without any pain medication, same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit SandwellPain.com. Text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. J. Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. Yesterday we told you that during the show we were hearing that the Jets might be making a change at quarterback, and then Diana Rossini broke the story that they are, and that it will be Tyrod Taylor starting this week. I guess what I would ask you is it too little too late at this point? Now, I'm not talking about for the Jets actually doing anything. I'm talking about how a team reacts to this kind of news when I think universally everybody acknowledges maybe this should have happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but I think even Justin Fields fooled his teammates. Remember last week?
What, with the Cincinnati game?
Yeah, with the Cleveland game, with the Cincinnati game, with the Pittsburgh game. He's had 3 games that he's fooled the team, right? And here's the thing. Why I know that he's been brainwashing them is the fact that when the game was over with last week, the first thing that Breece Hall, he said, Justin balled out. We got to do better, make plays. I said, whoa, he drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And he got on the black Nikes. I was nervous. I felt like it was an episode of Get Out. You know, like he and drank the tea, man. But he's a guy because if you're not paying attention and you're not a receiver, you'll see what he did rushing the ball and the 2 touchdowns and the big runs that he had, and you'll mistake that for balling. But that's 1 or 2 plays. That's 5% of the Justin Fields experience. The other 95 leaves you saying, "Whoa, you heard Harry." This dude threw a back shoulder on a basically illegal pick route, slot fade. And, I know everybody was saying A.D. Mitchell, he dropped one. Justin put it right in the box. That still was a difficult one. By no means should one throw affect somebody's legacy either positively or negatively. So when I look at it, you just want to get Tyrod there because you want to know, should we try and keep Mechie? I mean, A.D. Mitchell is under contract because he's only in his 2nd year after being drafted. So you're going to try and feature him and say, man, let's see what this deep threat looks all about. And even if I'm Garrett Wilson, you could shut it down for the year with 7 games left, or you can come back for the last 3 and try and see what this team can look like with a deep threat and him on the same side, with him on one side and and Garrett in the slot. What does that look like? What does that look like with Mechie in the slot and Garrett at the X? What does it look like with Garrett at the Z? So right now you're in the data gathering process about figuring out how can I best evaluate these new toys that we have. And the best way to do that is by having a professional quarterback that actually knows where to go with the damn football. So when you look at the receiver, the receiver's like, oh crap, it's a fire zone. I got to break my route off. Oh wow, guess what? The ball was right there. He made the play. So now this is about evaluating the rest of the team. And you really want to evaluate the rest of the team. You don't want to win, but you want to evaluate the team. But if you do win, you're not going to be upset because you know that more than likely, regardless, the hay's in the barn, and you're going to have a top 6, top 7, definitely a top 10. Depending on what happens right now with Tennessee, what happens with the Giants. The Giants may mess around and start winning a couple of games that kind of pushes them out of the 2nd overall spot because with Jameis, you're always going to have an opportunity. Yeah.
I mean, they had a chance the other day. Right. They had a chance.
You never know when Jameis is going to turn Joe Flacco because he has that in his repertoire too. Like, Joe Flacco, everything's going fine and dandy, and then he hits the the linebacker in a hole coverage right in the chest.
Listen, think about Flacco with the Browns a couple of years ago and what happened when they went down to Houston in the playoff game. He's throwing interceptions all over the place. That can happen.
Well, at least he had a high completion rate. Yeah. So we know Jameis is capable of that too. So that's kind of where we're at. We're in gathering information mode and who's going to stay and who's not going to stay. It'll be interesting this week because I think that the Jets are going to get tested in a way that they've not been tested before. I mean, I broke down a play today where they had Kohler, who's like 6'5". They had him off the ball. Then they had Isaiah Likely playing receiver 2 yards away from the end-man line of scrimmage. Then they had Ricard, 300-pound fullback, in a three-point stance. And then they had Derrick Henry behind him at 250 pounds. And what they ran is they ran a tackle trap where the tight end is off the ball and the fullback's off the ball. The tight end whammed the back, which whammed the tackle, which allowed the center to go straight to the linebacker. And then Ricard comes through at 300 pounds running downhill for the block, and then Derrick Henry's behind him. It was probably like a 60-yard gain. And this is where you want to see, and this was where you may miss Quinnen Williams. And you see that the Jets picked up another fat boy, I believe, off waivers yesterday. As you can tell now what Glenn is trying to add. He wants really big tackles, and he wants guys that can rush the passer with little linebackers that can run sideline to sideline. So you can see kind of what the personnel he wants. Now, they much rather have more efficiency and more better play. You know, they're hoping that Mozzie Smith doesn't have to be Quinnen, but hoping that he can be a upper echelon, top 15, top 20 tackle.
That's one thing we didn't talk about earlier. Quinnen looked the part last night.
Man, oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Did he not? Jerry's just smiling ear to ear.
Now, as I said, in talking to people, Quinnen was the much tougher deal to make for the Jets than Sauce. Yeah. And it's not that they don't like Sauce. It's just that when somebody comes at you with 2 first-round picks and you're in this position and you can get – I don't know if there was buyer's remorse or not, but I don't think there was anybody sitting there pounding the table saying we can't trade Sauce.
Yeah,
in that kind of a deal. I think with Quinnen, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I think that was a much more difficult deal emotionally to make or just from a standpoint of taking him away from the team, even though he had demanded a trade. I don't think it was demanded trade in the traditional sense, like get me the hell out of here. It's, guys, I got to go. I think it was like that.
I don't see this turnaround anytime soon. I mean, when you look at it,
I don't want to be that guy, but I have to be that guy.
I mean, and Quinnen was still playing at a high level. It was mixed reviews about how Sauce was playing this year.
Right.
But, Quinnen was still playing at a high level. And the reason why it's harder, because it is so much easier to find a corner than it is a defensive tackle. And hear me out when I say this. Sauce is 6'2", 6'2 and a half, 6'3". Patrick Surtain is 6 feet. You look at a guy like DJ Reed, he's like 5'10", 5'9". And my point is that you can be a great corner at any size. Ain't no 225-pound, 250-pound great D tackles.
Yeah.
And they don't grow on trees. So to find somebody that massive and that athletic, you just can't say I'm going to draft the next one. Because you got Quinnen, you got Dexter Lawrence, you may got Barrymore, you got the guy out there, Allen in Denver.
Bo Allen, yeah.
Right. You have maybe Leonard Williams. You have Jeffrey Simmons. You have Chris Jones. And
there are not a ton of them.
And you have Quinnen. Like when you talk about guys that are like dancing bears at like 6'4" to 6'5", anywhere from 305 to 330. I'm not talking about Vita Vea, nobody like that who just space eaters. I'm talking about guys and Metabike.
Yeah.
You can't find these kind of twitchy guys like that. And back in the day, it used to be Haloti Ngata, it used to be Casey Hampton, Vince Wilfork, it used to be Big Baby Davis, and Chris Jenkins.
Jalen Carter fall into that category?
Yes, and Jalen Carter as well.
Yep.
And so, like, when you got those guys and they're only 27 years old in their prime, you damn sure can't find them at like that. So Jerry Jones made a laugh because he let Michael Parsons go. But if you can trade Michael Parsons and basically have two great interior linemen, two good ones, not one great, because I think both of them are – I think Kenny Clark is good. I think Quinnen has potential to be great.
Kenny Clark's better with Quinnen there.
Yeah. Did you see him go to work yesterday?
Yeah. Yes.
And now
he's infinitely better.
You can tell that the respect level is the same because they didn't take that jersey from Kenny Clark and give it. You saw Quinnen out there with the Reggie White.
Yep.
I was like, well, if you're gonna do that, you better develop a hump move because you don't be disrespecting the 92. Not had no hump.
Well, there was nothing about what he was doing last night that was disrespecting 92.
Yeah,
nothing.
Man. What did he end up? I know he ended up with a sack.
I think he ended up 1.5 sacks.
1.5 sacks and some tackles for loss.
Yeah. It's Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, 800-919-3776. We will hit the phones. The lines are open in moments, including on the stupidity of Cam Skattebo and the Giant contingent last night at the WWE event getting involved, not just being there. Who cares about that? You want to go out on your night off? That's fine. But then you're physically going to get involved? That was pretty stupid. And we'll discuss that in a moment. We'll talk more about the Jets and the quarterback situation. And Bart, I've made a classic mistake, and it's got me Christ off.
Uh-oh.
At myself.
It's been a while.
At myself. Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, where the holidays get even happier.
Is college even worth it these days? At Empire State University, it actually is. They are SUNY's leading online university. Flexible, affordable, and built for real life. With more than 120 degree programs, you can study what matters most to you. And students agree. They're ranked #1 in student satisfaction among SUNY schools. Whether you are finishing what you started or starting fresh, your goals are within reach. See for yourself. Visit SUNYEmpire.edu before the next term begins.
Listen up, football fans. Never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, Sirius. What am I saying? Sirius. It's from Sirius from when I was on ESPN Radio, for Pete's sake. ESPN New York. Bart is with us. He is down in Baltimore today. We are also available on YouTube, on the YouTube New York ESPN New York page, where you should be watching the show. Can I speak? What the hell happened? All of a sudden, I can't say anything. I don't know what's going on.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you loud and clear. I might be having a stroke. I don't know what's up. You would have been proud of me yesterday. Went over and joined the gym.
You joined the gym? Congratulations, man.
I joined the Lifetime, which, by the way, little more expensive than the last time I was there.
Yeah, it's crazy. Lifetime, the membership went up like $60, $100?
Roughly. Put it this way. It's a good thing they don't have a contract because I'm going to go, but I also know that I got a parachute if I need it, and I'm not going to get burned every month.
But the cool thing is, man, like they just opened up a Lifetime all around us. So it's one right down from us in Wall Street, and then they opened one right across from the guard. First of all, Lifetime, we giving y'all this juice. Y'all need to sponsor something.
Exactly.
You know y'all need to sponsor something. Y'all got enough money. We paying me and Carlin both.
You got my fat ass going in there every day. At least a little membership wouldn't kill anybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Spend some money. Yeah, exactly.
And they don't even give you free bagels and pizza like the competition for $10 a month. You know what I'm saying?
It is amazing that you go to a gym and they give you free bagels and pizza.
But you know what that's about? That's about we're not judging you. You can come here and be as fat as you want.
Yeah, exactly. I did not walk in there yesterday and feel judged, even though there were people there that clearly take it exceptionally seriously.
Yeah.
Like you just know, like the outfits and everything. Oh my goodness.
The coordinated outfits.
Yeah.
It's fashionable. Like it's a statement.
Guys wearing sets.
Yeah. You got to think. There are women now that probably wear gym clothes more than they wear regular clothes. Especially like the house moms, they drop their kids off, they go to the gym afterwards, and then they pick their kids up. First of all, there's no way that I could ever go somewhere, sweat, let it dry, and then you can be around me. Yeah. So I kind of did that yesterday, but I wasn't overly sweating. I don't know. Put it this way, I just get the juices flowing a little bit on day one. I don't know what comes out of me when I work out. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if I need some chlorophyll. Yeah, but it is not. Bro, I cannot walk around with the wet clothes that dry. I take my shower right there.
The other thing I'd forgotten about the gym, just how comfortable some people are walking around naked.
Oh, my God.
It's just so comfortable. And listen, some of them clearly have the body where they're happy to do it. The guys
most of them
in that
don't.
Locker room.
Most of them don't.
Most of them don't.
This is what you can't do with me. You're not going to come in here and put your plain sack into the damn sauna on the bench where everybody sit, bro.
Well, I mean, chances are most of them, if I may, if you're sitting on one level, those have dropped down to the next level.
Yeah, exactly. Bro. It's always some old man. Like, man, if you don't get your old marbles up off this thing, man, I'm about to sit down right here, man. That's why I go in there. I make sure I still keep my shorts on. Like, I don't go in there. Like, dudes are sitting there on that wooden bench, butt booty.
Bart, I just make the assumption. And it's not a self-deprecating thing here, okay? I want to be clear about that because a lot of people say to me, oh, you're so self-deprecating. Yeah, I just like to have fun, and I know what I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have plenty of confidence. Your own skin. I have plenty of confidence. Don't worry about it. And I'm comfortable in my skin. I've got enough of it that I better be. So having said that, I would just, as much as we want body positivity, we want all of those things, we also want you to know that we don't all need to feel your body positivity. Like, you should feel your body positivity.
Yes.
And I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you for doing what you're doing. I just don't need to see it all the time. And so I was not in that locker room for more than 4 minutes when I was just throwing my jacket and stuff up into the locker and going up, that there were at least 5 different guys, no towel, no nothing, just throwing it around. The guys who get in front of the mirror and the gym is a nice gym, so you can, they've got a couple of little products out. But the guys who get in front of the mirror without the towels at all,
man.
Like, we get it, bro. And all you're wearing are like the flip-flops. We get it.
You do that in front of me, I'm a donkey kick you right in your head. Like, man, listen, nobody want to see that.
God forbid somebody drop something.
Yeah. Bro, don't nobody want to see that, bro. I'm a donkey kick you right in your ass.
What I mean by that is if somebody drops something and then you got to get it and then
pick up
just the whole view of that is not what I need.
And you better be a knee bender, not a waist bender.
Again, it's just about being considerate. It's just about being considerate. That's all.
You get that when you go to these spas, too. Some of these spas and dudes just get in the water naked like, bruh, no.
Well, I think that you would have been proud of me for at least I went in there and I did. Like, I've been talking about it for too long, and I actually took some action and went and did it.
We just gonna get you on the Fat Man Walk.
Yeah, well, that's what I did yesterday was the Fat Man Walk.
3.5 and 3.
That's what I did yesterday. Quite literally, I think the machine called it the Fat Man Walk. Now, having said that, I have also made another classic mistake for which I am literally paying right now. Hit it.
Carlin is crisp off.
Go home. I don't need that energy. So a couple weeks ago, driving in the city, always challenging. We know this. Hit a pothole. All right? There is something under the car that is dragging, and I couldn't tell what it was. So I tried to go under it. I'm like, did I run over something on the highway and it was like stuck under there? No, it was like a piece underneath of the car that was dropping down like it had been unsecured. So
mud flap?
It wasn't a mud flap, but it was like something that protects the undercarriage. Okay? And so this thing had been on Saturday. We just secured it, no problem. But listen, these rear brakes, they're about done. Brakes, they're about done. The rear brakes, this is a problem. And
this ain't what we came in here for.
These 2 back tires, looking pretty bolder than you, big boy. And I'm thinking, I can't keep track of the amount of tires I've gone through over the last 5 years. It's a lot. And it's not because I'm driving horribly all over the place.
Well, tell me this, because it used to be a real thing that we used to do, but when's the last time you rotated your tires?
I don't do it. I mean, I think maybe they do it when I go to Jiffy Lube, to get the car done.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they do that automatically or they charge you extra for that. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But at any rate, he calls me on Saturday and says, all right, we're going to do this. He said, this is rear brakes. And I'm like, it's brakes. Yeah, okay. And you may as well do the tires, too.
Oh,
okay.
You approved it?
The back tires. The back tires were not looking good. And here's the thing. I have been driving into the city now for almost a year. And that takes a lot more wear and tear on the car. Yep. And so I get a call yesterday. Listen, we could do this, but really you replace all 4, and, it's only this much. So yesterday he gets it into my head. I'm like, and the price is kind of like the same of what I was quoted the other day, right? And I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, I'd rather do that. I may as well just do the 4 on this, Continental tires. Okay, let's do it. Today I get the call. Car's ready. $800 more than I expected.
Labor costs.
Oh, my God. He said, and yeah, listen, I got you this $30 off coupon over here, and I kept it under this number here. And all of a sudden, I blink, and I am into this for $1,800. What am I doing? I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at my own stupidity. What am I doing getting suckered in by the dealership?
They sold you the bundle.
All because I just needed to have a loaner. Like, you know, if I just took this anywhere else, this is not costing me half that.
You know what you could have did? You could have got a Toro.
A Toro?
Yeah, you could have got the Toro.
What do you mean?
Toro is like a site where you rent other people's cars, personal cars, kind of like Uber. You go and you rent their cars.
You rent their? I've never even heard of this.
Ray, you heard of Toro, right? Like, you see people, most people in New York don't have cars, so when they want to go upstate or something like that, they rent a Toro car.
No, I've heard like that, what are those cars that they park in the spots?
Zip cars.
Zip cars. Yeah.
Yeah, but Toro's like that, but Zip cars is with
what I ended
individual.
up with was the Carlin, you got screwed car. That's what I got. Because I'm going to go over there and pick this up, and now I'm about to get my clock cleaned. Let's check, make sure we got enough room on a credit card.
They always get you like that, man. They upcharge the hell out of you.
But I can't believe I fell for it. I can't believe I fell for it.
You know what? You were feeling good, man. You was like, I'm going to the gym. I'm getting stuff done. I got my couch. I got everything I need. I'm getting comfortable in a new spot. Who cares? Just do it. Just get it, because I don't want to deal with it no more. Go ahead and get it done, and we're going to get it done, and we'll move on from there. And that was what you were thinking.
I am such a sap. What has you, Christoph? 800-919-3776. We finish with you on the phones in just moments. Bart and Carlin, what has you, Christoph, these days? Fire away. It's your chance. We haven't done it in a bit, but we're back with it on 880 ESPN, on the ESPN New York app, and on YouTube.
Tuesday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The Knicks fought to the end but remain winless on the road this season.
Final horn sounds. Foul came after the buzzer. The Knicks has 3 chances on the right side basket to tie it. But in the end, Miami hangs on 115 to 113.
Any reason for concern with their injuries? Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Make cancer screening a part of your annual healthcare routine. New York Presbyterian offers a full range of cancer screenings, including lung, cervical, prostate, colorectal, breast, and more. Regular cancer screenings could save your life by detecting cancer at its earliest, most treatable stages. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester. Learn more at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recover from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us Friday, December 12th at your mother's house in Garden City Park. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party, Friday, December 12th, brought to you by Amazon Pickup, where the holidays get even happier.
Best stuff, man. Your hottest new trending music, man.
No,
Well,
I'm
Bart
giving you
just made it
generic
something.
here.
It never was something. Bart just made it something.
Listen,
No.
if it becomes something real, I'll come ready.
You know what I'm saying? Come with your hot, like we doing this like verses.
All right, let's get some calls in. 800-919-3776. Rashad in the Bronx. What are you Christoph off about? What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, Chris? What's up, Ari? So I'm pissed off at those idiots on the road. Yeah, they are professional idiots that I'm driving behind of, and they don't even use a turn signal to pull over or make a turn. They just turn out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Stop the flow of traffic.
It's just weave in and out. It is totally like just trying. It is like race car track at the amusement park. That's exactly what it is. It's just weaving in and out, no directional signals, no nothing.
Yes, and something that takes like only a second to do, and he can't even be bothered to do it. It's just mind-boggling to me.
Bart, you have anything to say since you're usually the guy who's over on the shoulder doing it?
You talk about the guy that just drives, weaves in and out of traffic. No, I'm good with it. I put my finger up, bam. I'm left, right. I let you know what I'm doing because I don't want nobody to hit nothing.
I will say there are few things when I'm taking the New Jersey Turnpike in and I'm coming through the Holland Tunnel that make me happier than seeing the guy go on the shoulder and about 30 seconds later seeing the cop going after him.
Yeah.
and then about another 300 yards seeing that son of a gun pulled over.
And we know where they do it at. They do it at the Holland, right? Right.
Yeah,
when you're trying
they do
to
it
come
at the Holland. They
that,
do it
that
at
right
the
lane. That right lane, you try to come down and drive straight. Not that I've done it before.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about it.
Oh, crap. The show starts in 13 minutes.
Here's Gilbert in Brooklyn up next. Gilbert, what's up, brother? How are you?
How you doing, Carlin? How you doing, Bart?
What up?
I don't know the producer's name. I like to shout him out too because he's part of your posse. So
well, we got Block and we
what
got
I'm
Ray
mad
Deasy.
about is people out here. I drive a truck, 40-footer. My truck weighs over 25,000 pounds empty. You could imagine fully loaded. I got 24 pallets on my truck now. And you got these little cars that try to maneuver and beat you to a spot when you're already at that spot.
I tell you what. Now, listen, I was in the logistics too. One thing that'd be crazy though, when the 18-wheeler is in the left lane, going about 80, like they'll run your ass off the road if they got a deadline to get to.
We're not allowed, Bart. We're not allowed to be on the left lane. The left lane is strictly restricted to cars.
You got a governor on that? You got a governor on that thing?
Yeah, you got the governor on yours?
Of course, my brother.
Okay.
Now, you know the crazy thing, because I'm in logistics, right? We have like the Netrodime system, and you get like these extreme like acceleration, or if you like grab your phone, they got the camera in there. You probably have more freedom being in an 18-wheeler than that, right?
One last thing, Bart. I just wanted to tell Carlin, why is it you don't have an automobile promo? You know what I'm saying? Like Michael got Cadillac, and everybody else is getting, Pontiacs and everything, man. We got to get you with a promo, brother. Get you a free vehicle.
From your lips to God's ears.
So tell us this. What kind of vehicle do you envision Chris being in?
You don't think they're listening? They're listening. Talk to you later, guys.
See, I listen. You know what? You know what the vehicle I envision being in? The free one.
Ray Deasy said Mini Cooper.
You laugh, Ray. My brother Steve. Bart's met my brother Steve. My brother Steve is 6'6" and probably 280 at his highest weight. He's probably about 250 now.
Yeah.
He had a Mini Cooper, and he and I got out of that thing, and it was like a clown car, man. It was beautiful.
Hey, the crazy thing is those little cars be going.
They got a lot of room, man. Yeah. I was not uncomfortable in it. Was
it a two-seater, basically?
Basically.
When you, like, no space. So a lot of times they'll put two seats in it so it changes the category so you can still save money, but it ain't really workable. You ever remember, you seen guys like the drop-top Mercedes-Benz, and you like, nobody can fit back there. You can barely put groceries back there.
Yeah, no actual body of any sort was going to fit in. I don't even know if you could call it a back seat. I don't even know if there was. I don't think there was one. But the two of us in it, like you would think, like we'd be hunched over it. There was plenty of room, man. There's plenty of room. But it's just when you get out how funny it looks.
Yeah, it's like, hold up.
And I was up there at that point when he had that thing. I was up there. Like even more so than now.
You ever see like the big dudes in the Lamborghinis, so they have to get out with their hands first and pull themselves out from underneath the steering wheel because the car's so damn low they can't get out.
I know those dudes. I am that dude. Except I've never been in a Lamborghini. Chris in Long Island's Christoph. What's going on, dude? Or Matt in Long Island, I should say. Matt, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good.
What gets me aggravated on the road is the amount of gas I leave in gas pumps. It's cold out. It's windy. You got to get gas. You also got to go to the bathroom. You got to relieve yourself of number one.
Yeah.
You put your money in. You start to pump. Man. It goes $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 15, $18 like that. All of a sudden, when you get to the amount, it starts to go slower and slower and slower till you get to your $20 mark. You don't know how many times I left 20, 30 cents in the tank because I just had to go to the bathroom. I couldn't. Anyway, that's what aggravates me.
You know you can you can get a pair of Depends and just let it roll, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what. If I get to that point, just pull the plug.
But you
I just don't want to.
No, but you know a lot of like NASCAR drivers. That's what they wear.
Yeah, that's different. Like if you're going on a long road trip and you're not stopping, that's different.
Remember the astronaut that was going to catch her boyfriend? She put the pants.
That's right.
She wanted to stop.
You know what she had
to use the bathroom.
You know what she had? She had a plan.
I'm like, yo, go stop it for the bathroom. Even if you pull over and she squatted, like it only takes like 30 seconds. Like she must have been pissed off. She really wanted to get there.
That was, I think it was 13 hours New Orleans to Tampa. She wasn't stopping. She had that whole thing mapped out, man.
Because she didn't stop. She cut it to 12:30. Like, bro, who cares? He's still there. But you know what? As an adult, I don't know. Like, could you imagine what it feels like to just have a pamper on and just say, I'm just going to let it go? And what the face, like if you're around and you're talking to people and you decide to let it go, how you stop talking mid-sentence and just look at them.
Just that look like.
Just.
Yeah, no. I shouldn't. Listen, everybody's got to deal with their own challenges, but that's one that I just wouldn't. Then I got to question what's going on.
But I heard when like men and women get to a certain age, sometimes if you laugh or you sneeze, you can pee a little bit.
I've heard of that.
Yeah,
I've definitely heard of that.
So if you got to have some type. We should create something. We should create the pocket pisser. You know what I'm saying? Call it the pocket pisser, like where you put.
Let's
like
not say it again, just in case.
You put like imagine like the cups that we used to wear when we played Little League.
But didn't guys? You can use that same thing that they used to use when they were trying to beat the drug tests. And they'd have like the fake urine in there?
Yeah, but the urine's already in there and it's coming out.
Right, I'm saying leave it empty and then you just send it right in.
No, you don't. It only comes out. They don't come to it.
And on that note,
did you have to squeeze your thighs together like the Suzanne Summers Buzzer's thing to get it to pump it up to get enough pressure for it to come out?
Bart and Carlin. Up next, Jake Asman in for Michael Kay in moments on ESPN New York, the ESPN New York app, and on YouTube.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PG